are going to continue where we left off. But before that, let's meet.
Oh, there we are.
Is it not going through?
It is now.
It just
There it
came
is.
up,
Now
yeah.
it
It
is. Yep,
just
there
came
we
up. I was
go.
going like, God, this is maybe me. I don't know.
Did it not
There we
do
go.
the whole
It's
intro?
up now. It's up now.
Okay, we're
You're
good.
golden.
We're
You're
good.
golden,
We're good.
Tony boy.
And how is the music level? I noticed in the last one it was way too low, so I turned it up. I don't know if it's too loud or not. Let me know. All right, so let's go through and let's meet our players, and then we'll do some announcements. We'll do a recap, and we'll start playing.
All right, I guess that means I'm up first. What's up, everyone? This is Kyle coming at you here from York, Pennsylvania. 51 episodes. It's pretty awesome. Last time on episode 50, there was a little bit of a snafu with my intro. We got a little interrupted by a certain
Gary
character. Yep, but he's gone now. I don't know where he is because I cleaned my basement, so he could be hiding anywhere. So just be on the lookout for that. But me better as everyone's favorite Happily Bar Philly shenanigans. And I'm excited to get this game rolling because we're all gonna die because who knew frogs would do it? You know, we've battled lots of things and frogs.
We thought it'd be ducks, but no, it's frogs.
Nope, we were so close. But anyway, that's all I got.
Awesome, welcome back.
What up?
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is AJ, and I play Rin and Oran, the High Elf Wizard in the party. Getting out of danger and scurrying like the Dickens as I got out of that cave of shit. But I'm looking forward to not dying this time and hopefully maybe succeeding in this combat now that the tables have slightly turned in our favor. I don't know yet. I think it's better. If I can get Finley to not be stunned, that'd be great, but we'll see what happens with that.
Frogs, AJ.
Frogs.
Frogs, man.
I mean, I guess.
Frogs.
He lived, he loved, he hopped. He died.
Yeah, and on that note, I'm Dylan. I play everyone's favorite cleric fighter, Kurtz Glaskin, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Nice. Well done.
Because I'm about to die.
Yep.
There's a strong possibility, yes.
Strong theme going
Doing
tonight.
her freaking best to keep this goddamn fighter alive is Urgra Dropper, the ranger, monster hunter, half orc, who, she's doing pretty good, but she's just watching this car crash of a combat.
Just
trying.
watching me get murdered and just hanging out.
Yes, the intention for this encounter was supposed to be much different, but that's the glorious thing about D&D is these guys get to do whatever it is that they want, or at least try, and we just adjust with it. And so it's a lot of fun. These guys are at the back end of something crazy. Possibly there might be some carnage still left, but I guess we're going to have to find out. But before that, we got some announcements to make. So anybody who's new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. If you like what you see, make sure that you follow. It really helps the channel out. And if you guys want to be notified when we go live, click the notification bell. We have several streams that happen on the channel. AJ, you want to go ahead and plug those real quick and let them know when they can see what?
So we have on Sundays, Ages Past, where I am the DM, and I have, of course, Kyle and Connor here, as well as Kayla, Cody, and Scott for you to join us there at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, of course, we have HotA Seasons 1 and 2, respectively, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. as well. And be sure to check out and spend time with us because you are accumulating those total tabletop points, which you can use to cheer, as well as let us know what you'd like to see more of. And whoever gets the highest score points at the end of the quarter, I believe, you will now get a new little tag, a little badge next to your name to let us know that you are one of our VIPs.
Perfect. And we
Nice.
have, we're in the works, another coming show to the channel on Saturdays at 10 o'clock a.m. It's going to be a morning show. We're going to be getting ready to do total tabletop world building. So it should be a lot of fun. We're taking applications for a bunch of game developers, designers, artists, creative writers, a bunch of people. If you want to get in on that, jump into our Discord. The link is in the panel. So we're trying to figure out who's all going to be on that team, and we're all going to be meeting every week, and we're going to be building a future world that is going to be coming to this channel. It's going to be a long process. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to be streaming it so you guys can come along the journey with us. So be looking for that. We'll actually put it on the schedule once it's ready. It's still a little ways out because we're still trying to figure out who's all going to be part of that team, but it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that. we are not going to Gen Con. We announced that last week with the whole world dying, lack of toilet paper, needing to wash your hands 50 times. Gen Con is not going to work out for us. So we are trying to come up with some kind of con for ourselves. Maybe 24-hour stream, something like that. So it's a little bit of teaser information. We don't know the details. We're going to be announcing it once we make that. But it should be really fun. We're shooting for this summertime. Should be a big, epic thing. If nothing else, if everyone bails on it, I will be here.
Can we call it a HotA Con, or should we call it a TTT Con?
It should be something total tabletop, yeah.
Yeah. All right, continue.
Let us know in the chat.
Just think it out loud.
Yeah, we need a really good name. So let us know in the chat. Rip Gen Con. So we're gonna try to get the next best thing. Still do something special and be a lot of fun. We were all going to get to meet in person and play in full cosplay. It was going to be really fun. Super bummed.
Mm-hmm.
I spent like a whole day of mourning about it, but gotta move on. Twitch came out with some updates. They are now going to be giving badges for bits, so that's going to be another thing to add to your guys' arsenal in the chat. So that'll be an incentive for you guys to do that. If you guys choose to join the Tabletop family and become a subscriber, you guys will unlock a voice channel in the Discord, which we're going to, at the end of our games, we're going to pull people from there to be able to jump into a call with us. So if there's anything you guys want to tell us, ask us, anything like that, we would love to hear from you. It's just kind of our way of saying thank you for supporting the channel and be able to get you on the stream. So be looking to do that at the end.
Very cool.
Missing episodes? Check out YouTube. All right, I think that's it for announcements. What happened?
Sounds good.
Last week on episode 50, Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Get us caught up. It's been an entire 7 days. We all forget.
Yeah, you.
So, episode 50 of HotA Season 1 started off like many good D&D sessions do, with combat that we were surprised by because we got a riddle wrong. And so a statue came to life in the form of a stone golem, attacking us using immense strength, lots of resistance, and also a slow spell, which is always fun to deal with. Rin, our wizard, trying to figure a way to possibly deactivate it or just get us a way out, tried to answer the riddle another way by putting, which is basically pushing a button or putting an orb in a little slot. Turns out that was the wrong one too, and another stone giant came to life, which we then had to deal with simultaneously. And so eventually we were able to defeat them and also found out that, hey, there is also a fire elemental on the field that possibly is our last thing if we get this last one wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, out of the two remaining options, we lucked upon the right one, and the wall opening to a jungle area.
Mm-hmm.
We cautiously explored out, and through some good perception checks found we were surrounded by little frog people.
Mm-hmm.
Dozens and dozens of little frog people.
Mm-hmm.
Given
Frogs.
the number situation, we decided to play courteous, ask for their leader to explain what we were there for. They were relatively trusting, considering we hadn't done anything to harm them. Their leader was a prick. He very engorged frog gentleman by the name of Chief Corona, who toted around 3 little grung slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We learned quite a bit from him, including that the grung are pretty much in servitude to these bullywug leaders. And they had, in fact, had been harvesting the grung poison and had been trying to create a sort of uber poison to protect themselves, maybe take over the world. Didn't quite get that far. But apparently they did create it, but it was too powerful for them. So responsibly, they dumped their waste in the swamp. So,
as one does, yeah, exactly.
Where else do I get rid of all this shit?
So, upon a little bit of further questioning, though, we found out that through a very difficult insight check that maybe, perhaps, they have a cure for this uber poison hidden somewhere behind a door that was pointed to.
But they don't have it, though.
He explicitly said that. No, they do not.
In the meanwhile, during this conversation, Finley had hidden himself away, still wearing the mask of the Mad One, and decided to explore the compound of the bullywugs while we were keeping them distracted very successfully. He was able to gather a barrel of this strange pink fluid. But in the meantime, apparently the Chief Corona wanted to basically test our bravery and asking us to basically pet his slaves, knowing that they were poisonous. Rin, using a little bit of his own magic conjuring a glove on his hand, was able to touch them with no effect, leading Chief Corona to think that he was a chosen one who was not affected by any of the Grung's poison, which led us to an opportunity to face his champion in combat. Didn't quite get that far. Due to the continuous mistreatment of his little Grung slaves, Kurtz was finally pushed too far in the middle of their hideout and had the chief at sword point. At which point, all hell broke loose. Finley licked some of the pink fluid and became attracted to one of the the bullywug guards outside. And we tried to fight, but there were a lot of them. Kurtz got speared a lot, and also the champion that maybe we were going to fight alone also came out to play, and he's tough, y'all. And so now Kurtz is in a real bad spot. Ran away. Urgra tactfully retreated to a more advantageous position, and Finley is paralyzed at the moment.
I like how I ran away, but you tactfully retreated.
Who's telling the story?
You want to tell your own way? You do the recaps.
Yeah, I'm still with the line of sight of Kurtz, and I'm actively healing him.
I'm getting allies. I'm getting reinforcements.
Yeah. How's that going?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
So it turns out that the Grung poison, which you guys are coming into contact with by either dipping a pen and licking it, or it's being splashed onto a spear and thrown by a bullywug soldier, or by the champion who's got this six-bladed axe. It's almost kind of like a mace that has been rotating them out. So you guys have run into some of the colors. Which ones have you guys, that you remember, which colors
we get
have
all
what
of them?
effects?
One makes you want to go in mud. One makes you incredibly thirsty. One stuns you. One charms you.
Pink, charm, yellow, paralyze, purple, mud.
Purple is mud. Red, I think, is yelling.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, yelling uncontrollably. Yep. Your thoughts, whatever you're thinking.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no filter. So there's
filter.
red. Who was the other one? I think those are the only ones that I know for sure.
We had red, blue, green, pink.
I don't know what blue.
Oh, orange? I know we did orange.
There was orange too. Blue and orange are the two we don't know.
Okay. And
At least I don't remember.
And I believe currently Kurtz was purple, which the poison creature feels a desperate need to soak itself in liquid or mud. It can't take actions or move except to do so to reach a body of liquid or mud. And then we left off with Finley, who I believe is paralyzed.
I am
Or stunned.
paralyzed.
I think it's.
Yeah, paralyzed.
I'm
It was
paralyzed.
Yeah, so
Oh.
It's the
worst
natural
one.
quit thing. That's what it is.
yeah, so he was yellow, and he was on a second turn of it, and there was no saving throw. So this is potent shit. You guys are still learning the effects of it. You guys. Oh, Brad, thanks for the sub. Welcome back.
Thanks,
It's always a
Brad.
pleasure to have you. He is Brian
no, meant to
from
gift.
season 2. It was gifted. It's gifted by Vent. Man, Vent is on a spree of giving. He's doing amazing support. But yeah, he was Brian's old DM, and he's actually playing for the
Santa?
one of the dead positions, so that's fun. All right, so we're getting ready to jump back into this. Yeah, there was no saving throws with the Grung poison, so that would, to kind of put you as a player, you guys at ease a little bit. If something doesn't have a saving throw, it is going to be a short-term thing. But you guys don't know how long it is going to last. You guys need to figure that out. Your characters are unaware of this. All right, so we got Kurtz in the middle of getting pummeled. We have Finley over there with Rin, and Urgra was heading towards this cavern door, and with which inside she saw a bunch of shiny bits of little golden coins scattered throughout the ground. So I believe we were still in initiative, and it looks like Urgra was at the top. So we're actually going to start with that. So Urgra, I believe you just killed the bullywug. He was who was here. You shot an arrow. You came
Last
back.
round, yeah.
And you were attempting to heal Kurtz with your rat, I believe, but then he moved away to...
He hasn't moved yet.
Well, he pulled the staff out to try to free the grungs. Did an animal handling check. He befriended the red one and took control of it and told him to go chase after the chieftain, who was able to do this massive leap, made it over the wall, and is gone. So we are going to begin tonight's journey with you. And the door is still pried open. It was never completely shut. So you can see into this cavern. And inside you are going to see so much gold scattered everywhere. And unfortunately, the chieftain did not get the chance to tell you anything about this. So you're going in completely uninformed. But you see all the twinkling and shining as the light beams are kind of coming in and ricocheting off of all this gold. And it is just like... like, you don't hear that, but that is the feeling. You're just seeing more money than you have ever seen, just scattered about. Maybe the bullywogs have been collecting it and they don't see it as valuable and just been piling it up. Maybe it's not real. Who knows? You don't know. But the fact that there's this much gold all gathered in one place seems absolutely absurd. What would you like to do?
Okay. Urgra is going to come, let's get on movable. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's looking around for anything that's like a container. Like she's heard that the poison is not hidden here. So the antidote, sorry. She's going to look for a barrel, a jar, something that contains a fluid, or possibly a mixture of herbs, something.
Okay. Give me a perception check as you are starting to descend your way into the Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this to turn to lava.
That's fine.
17.
17. All right. So you were specifically looking for something that could hold some kind of liquid or remedy or antidote,
Yes.
you were saying? Okay.
Yeah, I've grown up around a shaman. I know, hopefully, a little bit.
Sure. There's going to be some cups and stuff that are stacked up on the tables that could hold a liquid. Those appear to be empty. The only thing that looks like it could, from where you are currently, there is some kind of lamp that is on the back right over here. It is a very large one, and it could be holding a liquid.
Now, is it large enough that I can't pick it up?
Move your token next to it just so we can get a little bit of scale.
I'll remember where I am. It's really big.
It is enormous.
It's really big.
Yes. It is
really big.
many times larger than you are.
About 4 times.
So
as
it
big
is
as
this,
Oh.
and it is solid gold, and it is bling, and all the light that's in here is just bouncing off everything. You notice this.
It's not a lamp, it's a yacht.
Very obvious.
Yeah, it's a rowboat.
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot of gravy inside, probably. That's what you think.
Yeah.
Now I'm intrigued.
Who's got the biscuits?
I wasn't
see-
before. I am now.
So Urgra is for a second like intrigued, then she hears like, ah! And it's like, ah, fucking Kurtz. And she turns around. She's gonna take out her blindfold and put it on.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Donning the veil.
Yep. And then
Nice.
she's going to use her action to cause the champion to become blind.
Thanks.
Amazing. Okay. All right. So let's kind of scroll back over here a little bit. I was distracted by all the gold on the ground, so I need to scroll back over. All right. So the champ, as you pull out your veil of darkness and tie it on, the second you pull it closed, your vision is going to change into the sensory that you had before. It is still storming, so you are going to be affected by that, but the first thing that you focus on once you don on the veil is going to be the bullywog champion who's there, and you are going to cause him to go blind, which is this icon. All right, so Kurtz, he was just in the middle of pummeling on you. He comes swinging down, hits you with the poison, rotates the blade, hits you with another one. You're currently lusting for some kind of mud, but you're going to hear him start to scream as he drops his blade. You can see it just kind of fall very quickly to the ground and it kind of thuds into the ground as his hands come up and he's starting to cover his large red eyeballs on either side, starting to scream out. What else would you like to do, Ergra?
Remember what the hell I'm concentrating on. Apparently I am.
The rat.
Oh, it is the rat. That's right.
Save me.
Then I shall not
Healing
cast
spirits.
Hunter's Mark.
The rat.
I can't really do anything. I'm not going to deal with that lamp by myself, so... I
It'll
can
be
move
fine.
I'll move 10 more feet back.
Okay.
And how far away is everything? 85, I think. What am I supposed to? 90 feet. Hunter's Mark is 90 feet. Slayer's Prey is only 60 feet. I'm done.
Okay. And with that, we will pan over to Kurtz. So you start hearing the yells coming from the Bullywug champion. But you have this insatiable feeling of submerging yourself in something squishy, something wet and moist. The dirtier, the better.
I gotta get that mud.
Yeah, you want it. You want
what
it.
I'm
You're a
gonna
dirty
do
boy.
Is since I have control over this frog,
Yes, you
and he
do.
has a movement of 40 feet, which is just enough to get within range. I'm gonna have him dart forward and fetch the stick, meaning the weapon that the champion has dropped.
Okay.
Oh, you mean Corona? You mean the staff? Corona
No,
staff?
no, the mate.
No, the mace.
Oh.
Okay.
Fetch the stick, boy.
Okay. Okay, so this guy is very, very small. He's going to be size of maybe like a little bigger than a Pomeranian. Yeah,
Tiny.
so he's got a very
That's the
large
stick.
head. Yeah, they're very, very scrawny, but they have large heads. So he can attempt to try to grab it, but it is going to be very large. An oversized toad man is the one who was wielding it. So let's get a strength check from him to see if he can, as he's
Come on,
jaws
Toady.
are trying to grab onto it. He's going to
Crit
have to
pull
do
that
very
thing.
well. This thing is very,
Now.
very heavy. Here comes the sales pitch, guys. Everyone sitting down.
I am.
Since the champion... No, never mind.
Okay. Amazing.
Oh.
Oh! So he's going to go to fetch
It's
the
not,
stick.
It's not a crit fail. It has a -4 to strength.
Jesus.
Amazing. Well,
So it doesn't get, like, stomped on.
right. So he's going to run and try to bite onto it, and as he does, he's just going to kind of slide down as he's like trying to pull up. Nothing. His little stick arms and legs aren't going to do anything, and that is going to take the rest of his turn. But Kurtz, what would you like to do?
Good try. Now,
Good
in the
boy.
poison, it just says I can't take any actions other than those needed to get to the mud, right?
It says
Yeah.
it
So that
can't
means
take
that
actions
the
or move
desire...
except to do so to reach. Yeah.
Exactly. So that means that the desire to reach the mud means that I can't die. I have to reach the mud, which means I could use my action to disengage and then run towards the mud, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do.
Get off of
Where
me.
is the mud?
The mud is outside.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is going to be all
Where it's been raining.
pretty compacted area. So yes, it's going to be towards Rin and Finley. Anywhere out where the grass is out there, there is going to be puddles and mud and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you are heading in the right direction. Anything else for you?
Yeah, I'm going to use my bonus action to use Second Wind.
Okay.
D10 plus 6 plus 2.
Wow.
Neat.
Leak.
So 9.
Now
Okay.
it's 8.
Neat.
You have a cleric level.
Give me a
Yep,
perception
D10
check,
plus 6
Kurtz.
plus 2.
Oh, that's right, because you have buffs.
Neat.
Perception check.
Yes, sir.
You see more mud.
Oh, actually, roll.
Ah!
I don't see shit.
All right. So your
I need that mud, dude.
your lust for the mud. You are not going to notice this at all. But the two grungs, the green and the yellow, are are looking up at the champion. They're looking around. You can see them notice. They're not super intelligent, but they're not dumb. Like, they're aware we're free, and they see the red one running around. So as the red one's kind of running around, he still has the collar and the chain, so he's kind of pulling that around as he's been going. This green and the yellow ones, Kurtz doesn't notice this, but just so you guys are aware what's going on, they're kind of looking around, and they notice that they're free. And you see them starting to sprint off this direction.
Uh-oh.
Where did they go?
I don't know. I can't see shit. I'm not in there.
Who cares?
They ran through a wall.
So that is actually
They
a
ran through a
cliffside.
wall.
It's a fake wall, boys.
It is a cliffside, but Finley would have seen that because he came around to grab the barrels, but he didn't see this happening. But yeah, so they just darted off towards that direction. All right.
I went behind the barrels.
And Kurtz.
Oh, you didn't check it out?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a sheer drop off. It goes very, very far.
Yeah.
Kurtz,
I can't say anything because I'm dying, but yes.
Sure.
I did go back there.
We go to the champion who is blind. So he is going to start staggering around, and then the bullywugs that were there that did that last volley, they were going to do like the rest of the bullywugs did, and they are going to scatter, abandoning the champion. So he is going to be kind of moving around, trying to find his weapon as he's going down. And sure, your little red guy can do attack of opportunity as he's kind of sliding down the thing. He's seeing the champion start to move away. He can try to get off a bite real quick.
Does he have advantage since it's blind?
He does, actually.
He does, yes, he does. So that would be a 20. That would hit. All right,
But it's the champion, and he's immune.
Still take some of that sweet piercing damage.
Yeah.
By the way, Kurtz, you get 1 HP for starting your turn with the rat.
Neat.
Okay. And I need a con saving throw.
As a gnarly DC.
Which he is really good. Oh, but he failed.
So it's just screaming right now, right?
With no filter.
He is paralyzed.
Oh, he's not
Oh.
immune to the poisons.
Oh, it's red.
It was a red one. I'm sorry. I did the roll table. So the
No, it's
red one
fine.
is which?
Oh!
Oh, it's
Loud
just the
noises.
screaming. Yes.
Just screaming.
All right. So he's just gonna start screaming out about how he can't see. A lot of it's incoherent, and a lot of it is just loud, boisterous croaks that are just roaring and thundering through this area. And he's starting to slam around on the ground, picking up rocks, scooting them around, looking for his weapon, trying to figure out why his eyes aren't working. And we will go
Could you
to...
say he's incoherent?
Oh god.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, them better.
I'm
Is this
happy
gonna
with
be a
it.
thing with you now?
Okay, I'm happy with it. It's actually funnier than the I'm happy with it. It was good. It was
And
good
with
enough.
that, we will pan over to Ren and Aran. So you came
Freaking
over
Tims, man.
over here to help Finley. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, since I yelled at him and he doesn't seem to be responding to me at this time,
Okay.
can I determine what the hell's wrong with Finley?
You can like a medicine check.
Sure.
When you
Yeah, I
shake-
can.
When you shake me, I just drool uncontrollably everywhere, and you swear you hear me humming a song, but you can't make it out. But just so you know, I'm still humming
13.
my jumps.
Yeah.
You never heard it before, though.
All right. So with everything that had happened, how much of the grung poison affecting people did Ren get the opportunity to see? Because I remember you were running. But...
My own. I got affected by it.
Yeah, which one?
I did see Kurtz get stunned because he got hit by the spears just before I did, and I saw Urgra got missed. So all I saw was Kurtz getting it, me getting it, and that's it.
But you did see Kurtz get affected by the yellow. So this.
Oh
is...
yeah, I saw him seize.
Perfect. So Finley is going to be having the same exact thing. So after just seeing it, it would be a very easy deduction for Ren to. He is most likely affected by the yellow grung.
All right.
And there are a large stack of barrels with these different color rings right next to you.
Yeah. I don't know. With a medicine of 13, can I determine if the effects can't be cumulative? They are only replaced. Do I have enough brains to figure that out?
Let me think. They're very. You think that this effects will go away. If you guys were outside of combat, it would not take long at all. But since combat is, turn-based, it will be a few more rounds. But your characters wouldn't be thinking about that. You're thinking he's going to be able to come to very, very quickly. It's just a short-term state of paralysis he's under.
Oh, God damn. Okay, would you count this as an action to have analyzed him?
We'll do a bonus for that.
Okay. All right, then I'll use my turn just to try to get back and get to there and just probably see Kurtz. I guess, is Kurtz still running towards me, or is he starting to pick up dirt on the way?
That's up to Kurt. Yeah, it's not the dry gravel. This is kind of like a gravelly area that you're at. He's going for the
Need
stuff.
that mud.
Yeah, he needs...
All right. Well, I'll just see Kurtz running at me. I'm just like, Kurtz, Finley's stunned. I don't know what's going on. I need some help. Where's Urgra?
I'm dying, so.
All right.
Join the crew.
I need
without
mud.
much going off of that, I will definitely
Get that
see.
mud, Rin.
I will definitely see. There's a blind-looking, stumbling champion in the distance.
Yes, you would be able to see him.
And he's far.
Yes, he is.
Don't hurt
Hold
the
on.
red frog.
Hold on. I can't remember if I have 120 feet with this thing. Let's see.
Fireball.
It is 120 feet. All right, good. Yeah, just wanted to make sure. I will try first to fire a firebolt at it.
Okay.
I think I get advantage because it's blind. Is that right? For ranged, or is it just melee?
I believe it's...
No, it's all attacks.
Yeah, all attacks.
All attacks.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so with the advantage, I will throw out the first firebolt with an 11.
Gosh damn it.
It will strike some of the thick hide leather that he has kind of on the... kind of like a pauldron on his shoulder. You'll see it just kind of deflect off of there.
Okay.
Maybe you should get a different attack cantrip.
I'm getting that in the next level when I get there. When we get there. But I'm kind of a little frustrated and just like, yeah, I'll use my hasted action to fire again. See maybe if my fury can maybe get my aim to get true. Okay, good thing advantage. 17.
All right, so this one is still going
Oh
to
my
miss.
god,
Yes,
that's
it
so
is.
shameful.
Yeah, he's chunky.
So
Well,
you
that's
fire
my
off
turn.
the first bolt. It's going to deflect off your go to compensate and go over a little bit too far. So this one's going to go over the other shoulder. It just goes flying across.
Yep. That's my turn.
All right, and we go to Finley, who is on his third turn of his paralytic state. So we will.
So you see my head, I'm looking up towards the sky, and even though I have a mask on, I'm trying to catch rain with my tongue, but the mask doesn't let the rain through, so it's very confusing. That's my turn. That's my turn.
All right, and back to the top to Urgra.
All right. Seeing Kurtz run away. Yeah, she'll do this. She will use her bonus action to move her rat 30 feet so it's right on top of him.
Okay.
So he'll get it the next round. And then she's going to open fire on this big old frog.
Okay.
Longbow, let's go ahead and use
Now the blind effect with your cursed item. Was there a saving throw every turn, or what did we decide with that one?
Nope, no saving throws like Finley's.
Okay.
As of now.
Okay.
And
Sure.
she's gonna light it up with some lightning. With advantage, I forgot. So we'll do one more normal. 25 to hit.
That will hit. And
ooh, nice 19 crit.
beautiful. So he is going to be perma-blind. So what we'll actually do is we will be able to fast track this. So he's just going to be stumbling around. So you can go ahead and roll some damage for me.
Okay,
Let me know what the
21.
total numbers are. And since you're doing lightning with the storm that's going on, right as you pull back and release, right when you let go, you're going to see it kind of react to the atmosphere that's already got kind of like a little bit of a static discharge, and you're gonna hear a lightning strike, and this whole canyon is gonna light up as this pierces into him, doing a massive amount of damage. You're gonna hear him just starting to scream out in pain as he's just fumbling around. Finley, you are going to no longer be paralyzed since he is just kind of blind locked and not going to be able to do anything. We'll go ahead and get you out of that state. Kurtz, you are going to still be wanting mud for a little bit.
I need that mud.
So you're going to get all the way up to there. You are going to be able to find some, so you're just going to be rubbing all over yourself. It's not deep enough to like submerge yourself in, which is what your instinct would be.
I'm like Arnold in the Predator, just like.
Okay. All right, so you're just scooping it up. So it'll be a few moments. Will go by, and then the effect will no longer be there, and so you're just going to be covered in mud. The rat will be there. If there's any healing benefits from the rat, go ahead and do that. You still have control over the red grung, but what is your guys's? So this guy's going to be stumbling around. So you guys are regrouping, coming back around. If you guys want to play out the combat, but he's not going to be able to attack, so we can just fast track it if you like.
Can we just say we kill him?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, go ahead.
I will
Like
say,
Urgra's shot just bam bam through the
yeah,
eyes.
Urgra is going to use the mark for death on him too.
Okay.
The hell is that?
Well, since we're fast forwarding, you're not going to find out.
I guess
It's,
not.
Well, how do you want to do it, Urga?
So Urgra just now, with her vision gone and this crazy just perception of everything, all that she can see like in her mind is just Kurt's getting hit over and over again by these strikes of this mace. And she just pulls up her arrow and just starts whispering, chanting. And suddenly the arrow just gets much more powerful and just shoots this thing. And it just goes right through its entire body, armor and all, in one and out the back. And it just slumps to the ground dead.
Amazing.
Would we have seen this happen, or am I still outside
Rin
paralyzed?
probably
when
did.
you're-
I mean, I might be seeing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she did some other shots. So yeah, we can do where you guys saw that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. I mean, I'm impressed. So, I'm not going to question Urgra being, badass in that regard. But if it does die, and I feel like it's safe, I will then try to maybe see if, Finley's okay, see if Kurtz is okay, until eventually he probably stops.
I'm not okay.
And
I'm
I
right
feel
where I wanna
maybe the yelling that I require to do so often dies away. I guess, too. That poison goes away.
Say that again.
My yelling poison goes away, the red.
Yes. Yeah. You guys, all your poison effects would have worn off by now.
Yeah, Kurtz, I have 4 more rounds of my rat, so these are all for you. So you get healed for 14.
All right. Good job, Urgra, by the way. That was impressively lethal.
I missed it. What happened? What are you talking about?
She,
I have my mask on. What are you talking about?
As you guys are
Team-
walking up, you can see the slunch. Slunch, is that a word? It is now.
It is now.
It is now. He is slunched over. And there's just a hole that is completely blasted through him, just a few inches in diameter. Blood is just pouring out as his body landed in a very uncomfortable position. Not too far. He was almost back to his weapon as he was stumbling around blind, but Urga was able to take him down.
being a little curious myself, I will use the gloved hand, because I don't trust anything really. I'll just flick it off so that it no longer has the poison on me, conjure a new one, and just touch the staff that Corona was carrying.
Okay.
And just look at it.
Don't kill my frog.
And as with your actual hand or a gloved hand, or what were you
Gloved
saying?
hand, gloved hand, gloved hand.
Left hand. Give me a death saving throw. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're
A
fine.
death saving
No, I'm
throw.
just kidding. No, you can grab it. It seems like just
Well.
a normal staff. You're gonna see there's some bones that are kind of wrapped around with these little leather straps that are kind of curved up around it. Some little knickknacks and different things. Or a little bit of hand wrapping on it. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, you're
hold
able
on
to
it
grab
for
it.
I'll hold on to it for the moment and just kind of keep it with me, just for the keepsake for a second. Maybe analyze it. I'll try identify just in case.
Okay.
So I'll be spending 10 minutes doing that. You all can do whatever you want, but I'm going to analyze the stick real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell my frog boy that he's free.
Okay. So he'll come running up to you, and you can see he starts to, like the leash part isn't on anything, but the collar that is still around him. You can see all the scars from just an extended period of time of just being cut and healed over and cut and healed over. You can see him kind of bring up his little tiny grung fingers, and he's kind of rubbing at it, looking up at you. You can see just a little bit of a smirky smile in the left corner of his face.
Yeah, let me get the collar off of it
Okay.
somehow.
All right. So as you look at it, it seems that there's a hinge on it, and it comes around, and there was some kind of pin. But the way it looks as you're kind of, spinning around trying to check it out, it seems that it's kind of like the design of this metal pin when it goes in, it kind of sabotages the integrity of the pin to permanently keep it locked. But you might be able to break it.
Yeah, I was about to say, how durable does this thing look?
It looks like it's probably steel, so it's going to be pretty tough. You can maybe get creative or think of something magical, or you don't think you could just bend it,
Yeah.
especially with it being around such a delicate area of a fragile creature's body.
Hey, Ren, can you conjure a pair of bolt cutters for me?
Bolt cutters.
Yeah.
Bolt cutters. Have I seen bolt cutters before?
Do bolt cutters exist?
I don't know. That is my one tiny weakness with the spell. If I've not seen this, I can't make it.
Crowbar. That's about as close as you probably get.
Fence cutters.
I mean,
Kurtz, I could try and pick that lock if you want.
I don't think it's a lockpick. It's just like a big iron nail. It's like welded in it or something.
yeah, it's kind of like self-sabotage. It kind of, essentially kind of, but there is the hinge side. So, Urgra, if you want to try to mess with the hinge side, you might be able to break it off on the opposite end.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try. That we what, Thieves' Tools check?
Yes, sir.
I will assist by keeping the frog still.
Sure, absolutely.
21.
All right. So you actually think that you can dismantle the hinge itself. That seems to be the only design flaw in this. And after some working around, and Kurt's holding down the frog, you're actually able to be able to break it out, and you can kind of open it just enough, Kurtz, as you kind of wrench it open for the grung to be able to slide out. And when that happens, you're going to see him kind of almost have this terrified look on his face for a couple moments. There's like that immediate relief, but then just kind of fear and panic is just kind of set over his face as he's kind of looking around, and he's actually going to kind of run up to behind your left leg and kind of be just barely holding on to your pants and just kind of be looking around. It almost seems like he's super vulnerable.
I'll let him chill until he calms down.
Okay.
So
Guys,
I think
we gotta return this one.
return it where?
Well, the other two ran off.
Yeah, they ran off a cliff.
I didn't see that. Never mind.
But anyway, and Urgra will kneel down to try and get on eye level with the thing, and she will say, can you understand what I'm saying?
And it'll kind of half hobble over to you, and you can notice that it has kind of a little bit of clothing on, but it's going to be like this, maybe like fish bones or something, very, very thin, like rib bones that are very, very delicate, kind of made into this makeshift necklace. And as it's kind of hopping over there, you can kind of hear the little bones kind of rattle together as it comes up to you, and it will nod, and it's the frightened look is slowly starting to fade away, and he's kind of looking around at the area, and as he's looking around, he is seeming to become more assured as he's looking.
So the one who kept on hurting you, he harvested a lot of your friend's poison and made it into some powerful mixture. Do you know about that?
And he'll kind of you'll see him inhale a breath and kind of maybe like it looks like maybe trying to fart, but then all these little bubbles will kind of come out of these pores that are on his back, and there's like this mucus layer that's on the skin of this frog, and as he kind of does that thing, little air bubbles will kind of come up, and you can see him kind of popping and kind of foaming up on his back, of all of the mucus kind of getting all these little air pockets.
Yes, that's very nice. But we were hoping to find the antidote for, the mixture that Corona created. Do you know where they kept the antidote? I thought he pointed in that room.
I don't think this is gonna work, Erdra.
I mean, if he doesn't know, he doesn't know, but he might know.
Now you know.
So he was excited to show you the thing.
Oh,
So he'll actually grab one of the mucus bubbles that haven't popped yet. He'll kind of like, with his 3 little frog fingers, he'll kind of grab onto it, and he'll be kind of like showing you with this big smile on his face, like presenting you this little grung poison bubble present.
Take it.
You want me to be shouting everything I say, Kurtz?
I'll take it.
Are you just gonna grab it with your bare hands? Or
What's the difference?
Your human hands. He's not a bear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have like bare hands. I mean, I imagine I have like gloves,
Greaves.
and gauntlets, and
All right, so as you reach out to try to grab it, it's actually gonna pop just a split second before you're able to get it.
I'll just make that motion towards the grug. Be like, good job, good.
And he'll just be smiling, and he'll kind of just sit, and he's gonna be rubbing his neck and kind of be stretching out and like going into motions that he wasn't able to do before. But looks around, doesn't see any bullywugs, so he seems pretty content, and is just checking you guys out.
All right. Have you been in that room before?
You're gonna see him shaking his head. No.
All right. Well, everyone, I had a peek. There is a lot of riches in there. An impressive
That's a good sound.
amount of riches. But I couldn't, I can't see now, but there wasn't a clear storage unit for what I would guess to be, a cure fluid or solid or otherwise, except for this weird, really big oil lamp thing.
Well, that doesn't make much sense.
I didn't think so either. It seemed incredibly inconvenient. Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah, hold on here just one moment. What the fuck is going on in here, by the way?
Sorry about that, Finley.
Why do you all look like worse than death? Kurt, you look like a pincushion. Urgra, you put your thing on.
I look fine.
You put your thing on. What happened here? There's blood everywhere. I go over and kick this big frog thing that's just lying here with blood pouring out of it. What the
I'm technically full health, but yeah.
Yeah. What all happened here? I left you all for a minute, and then I come back around, and I don't know really what happened to me, to be quite honest. But lots of weird shit. But what all happened here?
Ask the Brawn.
The king was a dick.
Oh, okay. I saw y'all go into the cave there. I already explored most of this area.
Control, and he decided he wanted to be an asshole, so he met consequences. I was stabbed a lot.
Oh, do you need a little bit of healing there, Kurtz? I could help you out a bit.
I'm okay for now, I think, but I don't. Keep it in the reserve though, because I don't know how much more. The king got away, unfortunately. He's very spry for a fat, greasy frog man.
I don't quite like that as a piece of news. Have I finished casting Identify yet, or we're still doing this?
It seems to be just a normal staff
Okay.
with just like feathers and bones and shit tied onto it.
All right. I'll just keep it for Pete's sake. Then.
Sure. It's an excellent walking stick.
Mm-hmm,
It's too short for him.
It's an excellent cane.
I can have Kane
it's a
walking.
cane.
What you talking
Yeah.
about? Kane walking.
It's his pimp cane. He was a chieftain, by the way. So Kurtz, you're going to see the red grung kind of leaning over this cliff edge over by these barrels. And you're going to see this very sad look on his face. And as you come over and kind of glance over, you're going to see the bottom of this very deep ravine, a little puddle of yellow goo. And next to it is a little puddle of green goo of just splatted grung bodies. It seems that they
Wow.
Leroyed over the edge, and the red grung will turn to look up at you, and you'll see just a single little crocodile tear streaming down his face.
It's okay. They are at peace now.
Kurtz, are you talking to a frog?
I'm trying.
What
Well,
exactly
I mean-
are you talking to him about? Urgra said that she has something to show us over here.
Oh, well, calm your fucking
Yeah, you all go ahead here. Hold on a second. This is Kurtz made a friend. I see here. I missed a lot in that whole minute I was gone.
You fell
Kurtz,
in love. He died.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on here. Hey, Kurtz, can you communicate with this creature? Does it understand you and things, or?
I think it gets the gist of what I say.
Because if you take but a moment here, I could actually try to maybe read its thoughts, maybe just see perhaps what it's thinking, since we can't communicate with it. If that's okay with you, does your frog friend have a name, or?
I have no idea. See, he was a slave, and then I tried to kill his master, and then his master got away. But now he's free.
And as he hears you talking about him, Finley, as you're there with Kurtz, he's going to start blowing the little bubbles off his back, and he's going to grab one of them, and he's going to present it to you. And he's, super excited to give you this amazing gift.
Oh,
Oh.
Hey, so those bubbles, when you touch it, you're going to have no filter, just so you know.
I rarely have a filter to begin with, but all right.
Okay, and
Yep,
I'm sure.
I licked some pink goo earlier, and weird shit happened, so it's been a crazy day, Kurtz. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I
take
hate
the
to not
bubble.
take a gift. Yeah, I will
Exactly.
take the bubble gift.
All right, so Finley, as you reach out and take the bubble, actually for a few seconds, you're actually able to hold it before it pops. But the poison creature must shout loudly anything that it says, and likely to say what is on his mind.
I really don't see anything different. Oh, there it is. Okay, well.
I think it's just volume with you for the most part.
Oh.
Rin got affected by it, and I think he's got a lot of anger issues he needs to work through.
I have
are
good
you-
reason for those anger issues.
You don't
Oh.
hear us. You're too far away.
You're not talking quietly enough. We're in an
In all
echoey cave.
fairness, I am
hear
yelling,
you.
Kurtz. I am
I
yelling.
have big ears, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kurtz. If you don't mind, I could maybe talk to your frog here for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, might as well see what he wants to do. He might be able to lead us to the rest of the Grunk, who might know how to cure this poison.
I will take out my Balalalika, and I'll say, "All right, little guy, just hold on a moment. Just sit right there." And I'm gonna go
Jesus.
detect thoughts.
Okay.
And
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
so while you're reading that over real quick, I'll take out my copper piece and flick it up in the air, and I'll catch it and use it as my pick on my Balalalika.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
As he's sitting there, I'm like, "All right, just sit there for a moment. This isn't gonna hurt or nothing." So, all right. So, I got. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? This is really pitchy. I shouldn't be yelling. Rainbows are visions. Oh gosh. They're only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. It's almost done. Hold on. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. But no, there's nothing wrong. Wait and see. Hold on, little fellow. Almost done. Someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection. The lovers. The dreamers. And me. It's just terrible since I'm yelling this, but
Sure.
I
All right.
cast detect thoughts with a revering rendition of Rainbow Connection, yelling as a crazy
sure.
person.
And so as you are, the lyrics which you're talking about are about rainbows. He's actually going to start thinking about all the different colors of grung. So you're going to see his thoughts be going on through these different ones. Are you going to probe deeper?
Yeah, I'm going all the way.
Okay,
baby.
give me a performance check to see how well your song was, and if it's good enough, I'm just
Little
gonna give it to
pitchy,
you.
little pitchy
Sure.
since I'm yelling. Not my fault though. You know, if I was gonna do that acoustic, you know, but now it's like fuck.
If it makes you feel better, this thing's about as dumb as a bag of hammers.
Ooh.
All right, so he's going to be completely enthralled. So I'm actually
They
gonna
really love
just
the
give
highs
you-
and lows.
give you the deeper probe. So they actually have. You're going to be able to pick up the thoughts of these bullywugs have different areas for each of these grung, and it seems like there's some kind of spawning pool where they are grown and kind of harvested for this poison. They live this terrible life. Kind of think of like the Matrix, where the robots just kind of grow humans to be batteries. So it's kind of like that. It's just terrible living conditions, and they live to just survive to produce this poison, and that's it. It is very barbaric. It is inhumane. So you're going to get a glimpse of all this, and they are kind of separated. So these colored units are all in different areas. He has seen these, so he'll kind of have a visual memory because he was one of the pets to the chieftain who had been to all of the locations. He had been there, but the rest of the grung are all kind of in these areas that they can't leave.
So you're saying this one's the smart one?
And is there anything I get from his emotional state in terms of, I guess he just got his collar taken off and he's like free and things?
This is the first time in his entire life he's been free. So there is that extreme joy, but also sheer terror of there's a whole world out there that, like someone who's been a slave their entire life. Like, what do you do?
Yeah. What do you do when your life is that? Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. All right. Shit. Carts! Carts! Oh, you're right here. Carts!
Yep.
Sorry, guys. I have to yell. It's not my fault.
It'll wear off. It'll last like 30 seconds or so.
Okay. So carts up. Okay. So there we go. Okay. I'll end it. I'll end it early just for all of our sakes.
See, we can take the bubbles and be nice.
Yeah. Right. So Kurtz, I just kind of mind communicating here with your friend. Just for the most part now, he's a little freaked out. So perhaps maybe you might want to keep an eye on him. Maybe even bring him with us for the meantime, because he really won't survive more than 5 more minutes without us. Just where's he going?
No,
bring him back.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Okay, come back, little fella. So maybe while we explore the cave over here, maybe you want to talk to him a little bit. Get him some food or something. Maybe calm him down, because he's a little terrified of everything he sees right now. Because this is a first of him being freed, and you're kind of the new king to him, I guess, in a way, but not with chains. So that's a 1-up.
It is 1-up.
Kurt's Glasskin, the breaker of chains, mother of grung.
Kurt Glaskin, breaker chain, father of frogs.
Write it all down. Yeah, just add to the title.
Finley will make this song epic.
Yep. Good call.
First of my name.
So maybe you want to, maybe bond with him a little bit for a while. We'll go check out this cave here and, leave you to it.
Well, I'd actually rather not be left alone. I have been stabbed a lot over the past 20 minutes. So I'm going to...
Well, I mean, you can come in the cave. Sure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay, come in the cave here. But maybe talk with him a little bit. Maybe if you have a little bit of food, wouldn't be the bad idea. How's the frog? And the frog looks bad, right? The grung frog thing?
Say again?
The grung frog thing looks bad.
Beaten, bruised, whipped, that kind of abuse.
Yeah, like abused. Yeah, but he's okay other than that.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot whatever that is of healing word over towards him.
I think you need to add your
7.
Yeah, 7.
So 7 points of healing word, and I'll go. I don't know if that worked or not, but
hopefully that healed him a bit.
You'll see his head just kind of cock sideways as he's looking at you.
Just take the healing and like it's all right, and I'll start to bring your friend with you, Kurtz, and I'll join up with the rest of the gang.
I'll
Okay.
follow. Like, come on.
You just asked if you could use his leg as a taco.
Just wrap
Yeah,
around
he
it.
gets like that sometimes. Listen, he understands no means no. Just, it's okay.
And I did hear someone mention gold earlier. So where's that shanty at? Where's that?
And as you walk in,
Oh, there it is. Holy
Now,
shit!
This is very impressive for a grung. No, not grung. A Bullywog society.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't know what it's worth.
Are they that incompetent? I didn't think they were that stupid.
I mean, stupidity is one thing, but I mean,
Hey,
if they
it's a motto, Maybe to them these are marbles, Marbles don't mean shite to us, but in their currency, marbles are a coin, and to them, they just really like marbles. But, to us, it's a little bit different.
I suppose, yes. Urgra, oh, never mind. I see her blindfolded. Finley, you're very keen-eyed. Do you know if there are any traps nearby, perhaps?
I thought Urgra could see those things.
Urgra's got a blindfold on.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I'll look because I have a fucking.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you have a nat 20. But
Hey.
Finley's got that, expertise shit on investigation. I know he's like...
yeah, you don't see.
I
Chris, as you kind of do a once over this room, it doesn't seem there to be any traps or booby traps or anything.
Riz
You
the hype
are
man.
pretty certain of it. It seems that this door, once closed, seems to be the major deterrent. It seems like it's near impenetrable, so there isn't need to be booby traps in here. So you're very confident it's just the door alone, and it was open, so you guys are good.
Yeah, I don't think that this belongs to the Bullywugs at all. I think it was probably here before they took over these ruins as their home.
I just rolled investigation because Ren was hype man me hard, so I had to do it. But,
Okay.
I mean...
Do you see the cure?
And yours was a 33.
yeah.
Kurtz's was 27, so you were just a little bit more certain of it than he is.
Yeah, a little more certain of everything that was just said.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so there's nothing here? They just solely relied on what? The door?
Don't
For
I was saying,
protection?
I don't think they care about.
All right. Well, I mean, considering this has been a previous problem with our last encounters with doors, I think we should try to find something to make sure to block it from closing on us.
I'll put like a little stick, like a little bullshit stick.
Something a little bit more sturdy than a stick.
I will grab a bigger stick, but only
Can we find
slightly
something
bigger.
sturdier than sticks?
Can the frog bring a stick as well?
It's a tiny
Oh,
little
he's
twig.
helping.
Yeah,
He's helping. He's trying.
Maybe
Yeah.
perhaps a boulder.
Twiggy.
You'll see him blow
We
a
should name
bubble
him
and kind
Twiggy.
of put the bubble right on the little twig, and he's super excited.
Yeah.
Do we call him?
He's helping.
Do we call him Bubbles, Helper, Twiggy? What do you want to call
He's
him?
like Groot, but if Groot was a frog. So I'm
Right.
thinking.
So Grog.
Yeah.
That's not taken at all.
I am Grog.
Do Grug.
Grug.
I am
Grug. I like it.
Grug.
Grug brings over another stick. If we put enough fucking sticks here, perhaps
See,
maybe we're
Grug-
onto something.
No, the problem is you're about to make a mascot, and we can't let this mascot die. It's a problem.
listen,
Stop getting
Grug is
attached.
fine.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grug. Thank you.
As
for
long as
helping.
Grug lives, I'm fine. That's
Listen,
you see, that's the
it's
problem.
not like our last small child-sized mascot had anything bad happen to it
that's
at
fair.
all.
That's
At
true.
all.
You
Ever.
make a good point.
All right, so if you
It's
guys,
just Kurtz's one died.
as you look over, you can now see a nameplate of Grug.
I like it.
Grug.
No,
He's officially named.
we're dead.
You know what that means? If he does die, it's gonna break your hearts because you named him. You
Yeah.
never name him.
Yeah.
You never name him.
I gotta name all my freed slaves.
Ugh.
Morphins.
Breaker of chains, giver of names.
God. You don't want him to give you a name. You're gonna die if you got a name.
All
from
right,
Kurtz.
Urgra. Looks like you are venturing.
She's walking on the walls to avoid the gold. She heard a story about this once. With
Okay.
a lamp and treasure.
Okay.
I am just trying to make sure we have a means to block this door, be
Okay.
it boulder, be it something.
All right, yeah,
And-
you are. If you walked on the walls, you are able to continue exploring. Finley, you are right up on this massive pile of the
Yeah.
most gold and treasures you have
climbed onto it.
ever seen.
I mean, is no one else gonna do it? Because I'm gonna fucking do it if no one else does, and I'm going to
Do
start
what,
to
Finley?
take a couple steps back.
Scrooge
Oh, God.
McDuck it.
No, yeah, I'm gonna run. And I'm gonna dive
I
into
want
it.
to be
All the bruises.
No one stopped me, so here I go.
Amazing. So you run back, you get this, the running start, and you dive straight into all of these coins, and it is just this most glorious experience you have ever had. And as you are touching them, Rin, right behind you, you're gonna hear a slam.
Hey, now you fucker!
As the
Oh, wait, the
door
sticks didn't work.
shuts
The sticks didn't work.
behind you as they just smash as these little
Should've had
tiny
more
sticks
sticks.
just plow it in. And Finley's in there just kind of like doing the breaststroke going in, like throwing them up, having a grand old...
I feel like it's the moment where Rin is looking at the door, completely got his shoulders turned, and then just sees it, and then you just have this near neck crack of looking back at the... Who did this?
And as Finley is just flinging him in the air, Urgra, you are going to notice a little bit of vibration coming from this massive golden lamp in the
Awesome.
back
Awesome.
that you had spotted earlier. While Finley is just like, "Ah,"
This is where a glamour board should be.
basking in all the riches.
Guys, the lamp.
It's starting
Oh
to
yeah,
just
that we should
starting
probably
to-
take.
Oh, yes,
Starting
and
to
not the
tremble.
door that just slammed in my face.
Oh
Spit
shit!
out some
Finley, we fucked up. The door shut.
Oh, I thought we had sticks there.
I guess it wasn't enough.
Oh,
You see,
fuck.
Grug was trying to tell us we needed more sticks. We should have listened to him.
And
Right.
it dawns on you, Kurtz, no booby traps, impenetrable door. That's why. Slam! Impenetrable door. Fuck. All right, and now the lamp is going to starting to teeter more as Finley is starting to play in it, but all of you guys are now seeing this dancing lamp starting to jiggle about to the back of the room.
I'm still swimming.
Yeah, what do I see over here? Is it a door? Is it just an archway?
It's an archway, yeah. You can keep going in. You're going to see some cobwebs kind of up along the walls. Everything's kind of
trying.
been abandoned. But yeah, you can kind of... I'll give you guys just a
Finley.
couple seconds.
Finley, get out of that!
Let's get out of here. Let's
Get
run.
out of that treasure! Get
Follow
out of that treasure!
Urgra. Follow Urgra.
Why is everyone yelling at me? I'm having a great time.
Quick. Go,
Wait,
go, go, Grug.
All
Oh,
right.
where's wait, Urgra went where?
And,
This way.
This way.
all right, everybody
This way, hurry.
stop moving.
Ah!
So wherever you got to, that was your couple seconds. All right, so Urgra, as you come around the corner, you are going to notice a vial on the table. But Finley,
Yes.
as you are swimming through everything, you are going to start to see this tempest swirl starting to come out of the mouth of this lamp. It's starting to swirl, and coming out of it is going to emerge something. Excuse me. You are going to see...
A duck. Ah, so close.
A Dijon duck.
Oh shit!
A
The
gin,
gin.
a gin duck.
Oh,
A
God.
Jacques.
A juck. A
All
juck.
right, you're going to see him start to swirl out of this lamp, and you're going to see this golden scepter in his hands. He's got these massive cuffs across his whole arm that are just the same color gold. He's got a couple pieces of golden armor that is the same shimmering, brightly color, glowing almost. And it's going to... And you're going to hear a loud thundering boom. How dare you touch my treasure? And you're
Our bad.
the air in this whole chamber is going to start spinning clockwise, and you can just feel just kind of starting to just swirl around, and some of the gold pieces are starting to slowly get picked up in this and kind of getting drug into this, as this whole area is just becoming a massive vortex.
No, I start to grab some. No.
There's massive piles on the ground, and he's trying to grab the ones out of the air.
Come back.
I mean, yeah,
Finley,
this is
Finley,
the mad
bucket.
one, Finley.
Finley,
right now,
it's time
so-
to go. It's time to go. Come on. Rin, come on.
I
It's
don't
time.
know if I can. Are we stuck
I mean,
here?
are we allowed to move? I mean, I thought it was like this is where we're just like.
Well, combat hasn't officially started, so
Okay.
you guys can move.
Ah!
What are you guys trying to do?
Ah!
I'm standing by this door, just ushering them out, trying to.
Can I reach there without touching the gold?
Jump!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Jump, you
5.
son of a bitch!
Where are you trying to get to, Rin?
I'm guessing is the back up there. Yeah, I'm guessing up there. Is that
We're
where?
gonna solve a lot of issues. Everybody roll initiative. So
Oh,
if we
God.
just go turn based, it might not be combat. But that way it's just ready
shit.
if we need it.
Well,
Oh wait, I have to use.
Oh, natural 20. Oh God! Something.
Damn.
Aha! I beat that something by 0.01. That is effective. Oh, that's
just-
cursed.
I don't
where's
think
my?
you did.
Damn it! I thought it was the DM.
Where
Yeah,
did my
mine
thingy go?
disappeared.
Yeah, mine did too. What the hell happened?
Did you click your token first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click the token. Click the thingy.
Ooh.
It's still not showing up, but over on the chat it did. It showed up.
Yeah,
That's good.
weird.
But you see, you had your token selected when you did it. Oh, there it went.
Yeah, I did it.
I manually put it in there, and let's get Grung in there too.
Grug. Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Run,
Oh,
Greg.
really well.
Wow. He's
Hot!
Nope. Fuck.
Damn!
Yeah, Greg's a speedy motherfucker.
And he's
he
out.
goes first. What does Grug do?
All right, yeah, we'll lead off.
Which initiative am I taking? The 511 or the 2111? Or split the difference because it rolled me twice.
2111.
What was your first one?
511.
All right, we're gonna go with the first one.
God damn it.
Whether it would have been better or worse, we're gonna take the first one.
For better or worse?
All right,
Famous
so
last words.
Greg was here. Greg flees, but I don't have sight for him, so I can't see around like the corner. But he's just gonna.
You can still see him.
I can see him and I can move his icon, but he doesn't get rid of the darkness on the map.
Oh, I
That's
got ya.
Hurts.
Move him like 5 more squares to the right.
Yeah, no, I can't see. It's just black for me.
Yeah,
You can't drag him?
No, he
I
can. He
can,
just doesn't
but-
have vision with him.
Yeah.
Hold
so
on.
it's just the black from like the blacked out parts. Of the
Yeah, I'm fixing it. Hold on. Has sight. Now it should work.
But I'll just move.
It says has sight, so
Rainbow connection.
So he is just gonna run over there
Lovers.
to safety.
Lovers and me.
all right. It
And
should update. Yeah, it
ready,
should
yeah,
update.
there it goes.
Okay.
And he will ready the dodge action.
Okay.
That's his turn.
All right. All right. So then when we go to the creature, so this vortex of air starts spinning around, and you're going to see more and more of these gold pieces are starting to get picked up into this whirlwind. So they're all now just kind of skating around the outer perimeter of these walls. And just all of this is starting to go, and the bottom half of his body, Finley, you're actually not going to see because there's like this vortex kind of covering it up. But you can see the upper part that is kind of, and his arms are kind of hanging over it. You're going to see his arms folded up as he's holding this golden scepter. He's going to be kind of floating up in front of you. And it's kind of like everything is becoming this massive whirlwind, except for he's kind of the eye of the storm. So you're feeling all the wind, but as the closer he comes to you, it's actually becoming much more calm. Exactly. He is going to be standing right in front of you, and he's going to look at you and say, "What makes you think that you can touch any of my treasure, mortal?"
It was really shiny and I couldn't fucking help myself. I'm sorry. I had to dive in. It's part of my nature. It's my blood.
And you'll see him grab from his side this scimitar that's got kind of like this S-shaped hilt on it. It's got some big-ass gems on it. He's going to pull it out. He's not going to attack you with it. But he's going to be pointing it at you, and he's going to kind of tap you on the shoulders with it.
Oh, goodness.
What makes you think you are worthy?
Oh, boy. My first initial reaction was I'm not going to do that.
There's just a tempest storm brewing. He's sitting there thinking,
No. I was gonna whip something out, but I will not.
Hey
Drop
man,
trout.
if that's your first response,
It was really my first thought. Was like, show
Well,
my
you
dick.
are wearing the mask, so I don't know.
Show him the
No,
legend.
No, you took it off.
I took my mask off.
gotta
Yeah.
show him the goods.
Okay.
I mean, if he's just gonna keep talking to me,
How about you just like
uh,
edge this way?
You feel strong hostile intent, but he hasn't actually acted on it yet. So
What makes
it's
me
still
think- as soon
it's
as
technically
I
his
hear
turn,
that-
but I'm allowing you to answer.
Sure. So if he has this fucking Finley character is gonna kill me. All right. So my first initial reaction was, as soon as he says, "What makes you think you're worthy?" my first thought was to whip my dick out. This is so stupid. So that's what I will do.
Okay.
Wow.
I will just very confidently like plant both my feet, look right up at him, and just drop my drawers to right around knee level and just
Sure. Give me a
Basket
performance check.
Yeah.
We're gonna see how much this cold air is affecting you.
I suppose this would be charisma based, wouldn't it?
that's fair. What makes you think you're worthy? My dick.
Inspiration's gonna be. Ooh.
Oh!
Pretty good.
That's what most of them.
Don't
say
act
when I
like
see
you're
it.
not impressed.
Kurtz is pretty impressed from the doorway. Is like,
From
Oh.
behind, you just see my two little halfling cheeks, but you know what's going
I'm just
on.
doing the nod of nice.
All right, we go to Rin. So that was your response to his free action.
Well, great. So I don't
Rin.
know if diplomacy got screwed when the dick came out. So
come on.
So
Can I-
there's just this temp that's brewing up as all the
Amazing.
gold is getting picked up. Rin, you can see Finley, right up there with this creature, but you're kind of farther away, so you're kind of feeling it, kind of like it's not blowing you backwards, but you're feeling a strong gust that are kind of trying to pull you out to the outside of the room. It's very difficult to hear, so you can hear that they are talking, but the actual words that they said you were not able to pick up, but it seems like they have engaged in some kind of conversation. What would you like to do?
well, okay. If they're engaged in conversation, I see exit 1 is now blocked. Can I look for exit 2?
Yeah.
Okay. What do I do to look for exit 2? Do I do the wind? Do I find like a vorpal tunnel or something? Or do I smell
right
fresh
over
air?
here.
What am I doing?
That seems to be the only way out from what you can tell.
Oh, yeah. All right, great. So, Finley, I as impressive as that is, I think perhaps words would be better to be used to show your worthiness than your manhood.
Have you met me before, out of character, AJ Rin?
You're very
What?
skilled at weaving your eloquent songs, Finley.
It's not my turn yet, man. I gotta wait till.
I
This
know,
is all
but
I,
that's
this is
my
all I
turn.
got. I kind of used my reaction to whip my dick out. It's not even my turn yet, you know.
I step back a little bit further just to kind of extra show I'm not touching your treasure. I haven't touched it once. I'm not touching it at all.
Okay, since you were trying
What
to
about you?
move, I need a strength saving
Oh,
throw
bitch.
from you.
Ooh.
That is my worst. Oh, 7.
All right, you are going to be thrust up against the entrance door, actually. So
Oh, well, farther than I wanted.
yeah, so you're actually going to, as you're starting to step back, the wind is going to kind of almost bring you up off your feet. So the farther back you're going, the stronger this wind is. And it's actually going to be pinning you up against the door.
Oh, that's a huge 50-foot push.
All right.
Ouch!
And give me a dexterity saving throw to see if you're able to kind of brace yourself or if you're going to take some damage. No, that is terrible. All right. We need some
That's a
bludgeoning.
bad brace.
Bludgeoning damage.
Uh,
You're going to take
one temporary hit point.
7 bludgeoning. All right.
Hmm.
And we go to Kurtz.
Fuck. Well, I learned that moving hurts.
All right. So you are right where the strongest winds are. So it's going to be all of the where the walls are for this this chamber here. So you're caught in it. So first thing I need from you, Kurtz, is going to be the same strength save.
Strength.
Yeah, strength.
Can you use athletics?
Sure. 24. All right. So you can feel this very strong whirlwind pushing on your side, but you're going to be able to kind of hunker in, maybe using your sword or grabbing onto a stone that's on the wall or something. But you are able to stay footed in this, and you think you might be able to move. What would you like to do?
I don't know, Sean. Fuck. I'm gonna intervene. So careful not to step on any gold. I don't know.
Is that possible?
Yeah, actually, I can get pretty close. And just edge on there.
Okay.
Like, great wind spirit, man. Try to get his attention.
Okay.
I mean, he is looking at my dick currently, so
I'm
it's going to be
trying
kind of
distract
difficult.
him. I'm trying to distract him from your penis. So then you
I
guys.
got this. I got this.
I'll go ahead
I feel
and-
like I got this.
For your
That's
free
gross.
action, go ahead and give me whatever dialogue you're going to say to him, and then whatever he does on his turn, we'll come back to.
We're not trying to take your gold. We're just passing through, looking for something the disgusting frog people who no doubt sullied and what's the word I'm looking for?
Defiled.
Your mighty golden horde. We killed quite a few of them actually, and so we're just here to get through. Sorry.
Okay.
If we could just leave, we'd be out of your hair.
All right. Let's go to Urgra. So while the tempest swirl is going on inside, you were in the back chambers, so it seems to be very consolidated. So these side chambers to be completely clear of all the wind. You can hear the sounds of all that rushing around there, but it is not affecting you at all. What would you like to do?
So hearing the grung plop plop behind her, she's gonna... and then she's going to turn around and she's going to start moving half speed to try and be stealthy. 10, 15, 20, 25. She sees the creature.
Okay.
Oh boy. And she will bonus action Slayer's Prey it.
What?
And
What are you doing over there?
it doesn't take any, it's not verbal, it doesn't take anything. I just have to look at it and will it to happen.
Okay.
No, like, what's going on?
And then she moves the last 10 feet, and that brings her right up to this little vial.
Okay.
But she had to use her action to dash because she's moving half speed.
Sure.
And she can't hide, but I think it just uses her passive stealth, which is 18.
Okay. All right. We go to the bottom of the order. Finley with a miserable 5.
All right, cool.
Be all right.
So as I whip down my trousers to knee level, I see Kurtz kind of slowly approaching. Like, Kurtz, I got this. I'll say, "Oi, I have a question for you. What makes you think you're worthy of beholding my treasure, huh? I suggest you get back in your little lampy thing over there and stay there before you force me to use this thing." And I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Let's see if it works. It's a
I
wisdom
want it to
saving
work.
throw. Can he have disadvantage because he's looking at my dick?
He's
From that
actually
28 performance?
he's actually going to have advantage against it. So
Okay.
Magic resistant.
so it'll bring it down to a normal.
Straight
bring it-
roll. I
bring it
like
down to
it.
a
Straight
straight
roll,
roll.
baby.
Alright, so
Let's go.
He's giving you something.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, you pull your dick
Tit
out,
for
you're going to
tat.
get something. So
That a boy. I appreciate that, Sean.
A
I
slap. or
appreciate that,
something.
DM.
That's not true in life, by the way.
yeah.
He just fails.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
good.
15. It's a
Amazing.
15. Oh my god, dude.
All right. What are you suggesting to him?
I suggested that he get back in his lamp and stay there before I'm forced to use this thing as I point down at my junk. Get back in your lamp and fucking stay there. Get back. Be gone.
Tell him to let us out.
He is not immune to charm. Failed the throw.
Although technically, as soon as he completes the suggestion, his will is free again.
I told him to go back in there and stay
And
in
stay
there.
there.
I know the words. I know how the words work. I added a little extra on it.
All right. Well done, sir. So you come out, you show him your dick, and he asks you what makes you think you're worthy. You drop trowel, you show him, and you cast suggestion. Maybe they don't know that you're casting suggestion. Yeah, sure. But he will look at you. He'll put the sword away. That does make you worthy. And the swirling whirlwind will pull in all of the gold with it, and all of it will come into the lamp. So the genie will be gone. All of the gold will be gone. All the wind, everything is going to be
Amazing.
pulled into the lamp.
I dig it. I dig it. But we are safe.
That's what
For
matters.
Everyone, let's get the fuck out of here. I don't know what just happened. I pulled my pants back up. What just happened? What was that?
Well, I'm right by the door. Did the door feel like it's unhinged?
I feel like I blacked out there for a moment. I feel like something
project
really
to an
cool
element.
happened. Okay, no, that sounds about right. Okay, what are we doing? Let's get the fuck out.
All right, Erica, you can go ahead and grab the vial. And you think that if you press hard enough, you guys can all four get in there. So what we'll do is, five. We'll get Grung in there, or Grug in there.
It is
as
-4.
So
I am
Unless
just
you
going to
don't
do a
want
quick
him
look
to
around
help.
just in case there's anything
Yeah, we'll
else.
get
Just
help.
real quick. Anything in here? Anything in here real quick?
nope, they're nothing.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah,
just a
everything.
quick.
So
All right.
I need a collective. There's a collective DC for this. So
And I will inspire Grug. Be like, come on, Grug, put your little froggy legs into it. And I will inspire him.
Grug's gonna need it.
Oh, not great for me.
What is it? Athletics for everyone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, not bad.
I don't think I'm going to help you. I think I'm going to get a negative modifier to you. Ooh,
I'm gonna use an inspiration point.
okay, from the viewers. All right,
I'm not letting that fly.
all right, go ahead.
We're already past 50.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
So it's 17, and then Grug.
52, I think.
All right,
so
so-
far.
Grug
At
gets
16.
to roll,
Oh no, 62.
plus his inspiration, which is a D8 now.
D8, yeah.
12.
Not bad, little 12 guy.
I think
So
it's
what-
74.
74.
Plus the crowbar.
Oh no.
Actually, no, plus the crowbar, which gives me advantage on things to open
You already
doors.
used advantage.
All right,
Oh,
No,
you
I
used
used
inspiration.
the inspiration point.
so all of you guys give the whole 1, 2, 3. You feel the whole thing tremble. Was not quite enough force.
Ah, bitch.
Do it again.
The lamp starts to rock again,
Gosh,
and
damn
we're
it.
gonna go on our first break.
Awesome.
Oh.
Awesome.
If you guys want to
Okay.
find out what happens next, you're gonna have to stay tuned. We're gonna go on a
Stay
break.
tuned.
We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Enjoy the lore video. It's also gonna play an ad. If you guys can stick around and watch that, it will help support the channel. If you guys don't want to see them, if you subscribe, it will get rid of them. But we will be back in just a few minutes. We'll pick up right here.
Ah, damn it.
Fuck.
Awesome. I told a genie to get back. The dice are telling me it's a 20. We're sticking with it. Okay, just go. I'm gonna go over here because I'm gonna film this shit. I'm just gonna go.
Yes, this is my daughter Melody.
Ah!
Oh.
You shall find justice upon your soul. Turn it into a, let's go with a gelatinous cube.
Okay.
And I'll let it just go ahead and sit there and start dissolving the place up.
Yeah,
we're on our phones.
No, we're paying attention. Yeah, we're focused.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah.
I'll just sort of run my finger through the scar that goes across my head. Indeed. Grab it by the head, start slamming the skull into the stone wall next to me until the skull just shatters. Bend the fucking knee, peasants.
I'm gonna burn a lucky point.
Okay.
Oh my god!
It's meant to be.
Tell Caldivar, if you can, please, sir, that Kurtz Glaskin is going.
Come up to Ren and say, speaking of teamwork, do you have any offensive spells at all?
Right? He's got a really scruffy, nasty beard and kind of kicks his foot. Like, ow! Down! And he just starts going off on this rift. Martha will turn to the crowd and he'll go, "Are you not entertained?" Hail, brave adventurer!
Hello there, everyone's favourite halfling bard, Finley Shenanigan here. Being the soulful adventurer that I am, and known for telling a tale or two, pull up a stool to grab a pint as I tell you a story about my favourite hero, me. In my years of travelling, I met people of all walks and cultures. Although the horsemen coming didn't affect me directly, I saw the toll they left behind. The destruction and devastation these villainous beings left in their wake sparked something within me. How was I, Finley Shenanigan, to become the greatest, most legendary bard that Candoria had ever seen, if no one was around to behold my glory? More importantly, where is Alundra? When will she be back? And what will she be wearing? Hopefully something revealing. Anywho, setting on my journey, I shared my glamour with those who had never witnessed such pure, unadulterated excellence before. My legacy was to replace their despair and unite the people for the war yet to come. In the end of the day, everyone can be a hero. Everyone has a little adventure inside of them. And if you don't, would you like one?
Ah, salutations. I am Rin Enoran, historian of Candoria, renowned problem solver, an elf of esteemed conscience. When I became of age, I set out as a Rena and departed from my home of Orthalos to the city of Egoras to study the arcane arts. With some difficulties, I was able to teach myself while working as a scribe in the library of Alashar. There, I produced a masterpiece of Candoria's history and its secrets. My manifesto, the true record of our world. However, even my aspirations dwindled when Alundra's guidance vanished, followed by the devastation from the horseman's wake. Despite all the wounds we have suffered, I shall never let our existence be forgotten, for I believe our best hope lies with our knowledge and story made eternal.
My name is Kurtz Glaskin, and I have lost everything that I've loved in this world. My daughters, my wife, my friends, all of them dead to the horsemen. And now I have a chance to redeem myself, to protect my friends, to lead humanity into a new age of light and hope. Alundra abandoned us, the goddesses abandoned us, and left us with these monsters. And I want to take everything from them that they've taken from us. I live in a world of blood and hatred and violence, and so I will become that violence. I will be that hatred, and I will be exactly what we need. A sword against the darkness.
My name is Urgra Dropper, and I am a dependable ambassador. I was the only half-breed in my mother's tribe of orcs where the threat of being eaten constantly hung over my head. And yet, those were some of the happiest times of my life compared to my time with the Revenant. I was 12 when I first picked up a bow and started hunting, and I quickly found that people make the most interesting prey and often deserve an arrow in the head far more than most monsters. Magic and even the Three Sisters were always something weird and sinister to me. That is, until by chance I crossed paths with the High Priestess Alundra, who showed me that magic, like everything else, can be used for good or for evil. And that's what I'll keep on repeating to myself every time one of those stuck-up magical morons say something that makes me want to cut out their tongues.
The following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned. All right, we are back. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. All right, so these guys were in this genie's chamber with all the gold. Finley decided to go and touch the gold. Summoned this guy, huge vortex. Asked why he thought he was worthy, and he dropped Trow. And cast suggestion was able to get him to return into the lamp. You guys all ran at the door to try to open it. It seemed like it almost opened. It was so close. And you guys can hear the rattling of the lamp as it's starting to teeter back and forth. You guys were going to get one more opportunity to try to heave-ho this door. Is anybody wanting to modify anything, or just going to go for it again?
Yeah, so I'm going to hand Urgra the crowbar out of my pack real quick, which will give her advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Rin, you said you can just conjure one?
Yeah, since technically I am a very shit athletics contributor to it, I'd probably be better off giving someone advantage, so I will use my action to conjure the crowbar and hand it to Kurtz.
Okay.
Okay, which
And
will
just
give
say,
me
you can
advantage.
do it.
And since we didn't open it the first time anyway, in all fairness, I'm supposed to be rolling with exhaustion, so it'll be a disadvantage. So that's cool.
Oh, crap.
So I'll give you the crowbar,
Okay.
which will make
So
it level.
Oh, regular roll then?
Kurtz,
Yeah.
you should have the crowbar.
Yeah, definitely take it, man.
Fuck! Alright, fine.
Yeah, here we go. Advantage athletics.
All right, let's get
go.
one more collective and see if you guys have enough.
Oh,
Damn.
oh God, Urgra. Urgra, what
Oh,
happened?
my.
Urgra, how?
God.
Well,
Urgra, do you want to burn an inspiration point from
You do
No,
have
don't
one
worry,
for the
guys.
viewers.
Let that slide, because that is
No,
just
that's
horrible.
happening.
Grug's
All
here
right,
to help.
it's happening.
yep.
Oh my God!
Why can't I use my action to kick the crowbar?
So, what the fuck?
Hey guys, good thing we're all grouped up.
At least it's really easy to add.
Yeah.
Was it like 8?
Someone's
We got
mad.
39.
It's like 10. 10.
39.
All right, so
Wow.
he will reappear, and the gold will not come back with him. Luna is hosting. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Enjoy
thanks,
the
Luna.
table.
Luna.
The table
Luna's the
tokens for that. All right, so this Tempest Genie is going to be reappearing, and you're going to see lightning kind of be inside. So before it was just kind of wind that was swirling around the lower half of his body. Now there seems to be accompanying with him some lightning that's kind of surging around in this. And he is starting to move his way towards you. All right, so we got Grug, and then the genie, and then the rest of you guys. So if you want to hold your action, Rin, Kurtz, and Urgra, and everybody on Finley's team turn, everybody try it again, or you can just do something else. It is up to you guys. I'll let you guys discuss it as a group. But it is Grug's turn first.
So if we do all hold this time, we'll have 2 crowbars and Rin can help out.
Oh, damn it, no, though.
You're something.
Rin's gonna blink.
Listen, we're not gonna beat this thing. Like, it's not.
I'm
it's
rolling at
like,
disadvantage
it's
here,
not-
kids.
It's not gonna happen.
Only in skills.
Yep.
It's not gonna happen.
I have 2 points of exhaustion, so I think my speeds have 2, which that's fun.
I don't think it's speed at 2. Let me check.
It might be, yeah, because I think 3 is disadvantage to attacks.
Oh, it is speed is half to 2.
Oh my God! No.
I vote that
What
we.
does Grung do? What does he do?
What's
Grung
Grung doing?
Grung's
We-
panicking. He's
I am
looking to us
Grung.
for guidance. He's gonna do what we do.
Okay.
So we basically have a free round to figure out what we're doing. I will follow your guys' lead. Can I even if we just
Well,
let me
he's
ask you this
gonna.
real quick?
If you guys hold action, he still gets a turn before you guys go.
What is the Jin? Yeah, so Grug is following our lead. What is the Jin doing?
Yeah, because he technically goes next.
Okay. All right. So
We're leaving. By the way, if you could just open the door, and we'll skedaddle.
all right, he can fly 90 feet.
Oh my God!
Great.
But yeah,
All right.
it just
How far are we? Are we more than
Less
90 feet?
Less.
Less
Yeah,
than
less
that.
than-
This whole thing is 90 feet.
Oh, he's a little far. Yeah.
All right.
What's up, dude?
So he's gonna come just hauling ass towards you, and it's all swirling around. he is going to be looking straight at you, Finley.
Oh, good.
And
Dick
Oh,
boy.
wow, it's like just 90 feet.
he's going to be holding out his closed hand and presenting it towards you as lightning is crackling and swirling all around him. He looks extremely pissed, but he's holding his clutched hand out and he says, "You forgot something!" And that'll be his turn. We'll go to Rin. All right,
Okay.
party. What does the party want to do?
Let's get out of here, dude.
Rin panics. Rin's gonna blink.
Oh, good.
Damn it, Ren.
Rin's gonna cast blink.
Yeah. Oh,
Does
Rin
it
is
work?
first.
Does it work right away?
I don't know. Let's see
Roll
if
a
it works.
D20. Nope.
So he's just you know what? No. Can I use an inspiration on that one? Can I use an inspiration? Because I would love the
Absolutely,
cinematic of him just
yeah.
popping.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just I want to see him pop.
Come on,
away.
come on, come on.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Rin gets scared. Huh.
All right.
Disappears.
Oh,
You're on your own,
shit.
guys. Good luck with the door.
Well, shit. All right. Well, that's terrible.
I'm gonna beat
Fuck.
the shit out of him.
All right, now we go to Kurtz, or you guys can do a held action thing. Okay. So
You
Kurtz,
don't want me to help. I have
Kurtz,
such a bad nature.
Urgra, Finley, and Grug. If you guys want to do one more collective heave ho.
Yeah. I will bonus action free Hunter's Mark this creature
Okay.
because it's only a bonus action and I
Sure.
can still push.
Okay. All right, let's get
so-
one more collective heave ho. And the
Got
door
it.
seems to be dislodged slightly from your previous attempts.
Damn.
That's what we're doing. We're trying to open the fucking. Can I? So if my action is to try to open this door, can I still cast a bonus action of a spell?
Sure.
Cool. I will healing word Kurtz.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to say in response? Ooh.
Oh.
Oh,
Does Kurtz
my
wish
God.
that was his role? Oh.
So you get 8 healing there, Kurtz.
Okay. Is there
Um,
anything you would like to free action respond to him?
Yeah. So
this
as he's holding
arm
his
is
hand out,
outstretched?
yeah. No. I mean, yep, sure. As I'm like turning slowly towards the door to try to move it. Yep, hold that thought. That's all I'm gonna say. Just yep, great. As I try to open the door.
Okay. And we still need an athletics from Finley.
Yep, I'm coming here.
And Connor, if you can give me the total.
Yeah, total. That's 40, 53, 54.
So 12.
Yeah, 54.
All right, 54 is not going to be enough.
Yep, we're fucked.
All right. So that was all of you guys. So it's going to bring us back to the genie. All right.
Poor Grug.
He is going to, one finger at a time, kind of open up his hand. And there is going to be a single gold coin
Do it.
in his palm. And he will be still with the tempest swirling around him. He'll look at you. You said you are worthy. If you are, this belongs to you.
I think he's offering you a tip, Finley.
Just
well,
the tip.
Just 1 gold for that. Okay. I mean, can I know it's on my turn, but can I grab it or not? Or do I have to wait for my turn?
Well, let's see. Next would be Rin. So yeah, he's going to not be doing anything else for his.
I'm all the way at the bottom, so I
So-
will wait.
You guys can do stuff or let him jump in front of you with holding.
Hello,
action.
goodbye.
Yeah. hold action to push the door when everyone's ready, but
Hold
just
action to just
Okay.
beat the shit.
So
out
what
of
we'll
him.
do, we'll kind of ignore the turn order. We'll just everybody can do something until if combat breaks out, which it definitely could. But so we'll just say everybody can do something, and once everybody has done something, then it will be his turn to do something. Is that fair?
All right. So as he says, you forgot something, and I go over to the door and say, "Yep, nope, I'm pretty good here." And he holds out his hand, and there's a gold coin. He says, "You mean this?" I will turn back around because it is gold. That makes sense.
And this seems to have some kind of writing on it, actually, as you turn and look at it.
I'll say, I mean, I've definitely showed you that I'm quite worthy, but you tried to pull a fast one here on old Finley Shenanigan, and I will do my action as detect thoughts.
Are you doing the surface level?
Yep, just the top level to see, because I asked him if he's trying to pull a fast one on old shenanigan.
Okay.
Just top level.
All right.
That's
So
what she said.
Just.
what is surface thus creature? What is on the front of its mind? All right. So he is thinking the words "worthy" in his head, and as you're looking down at the coin, kind of like Aladdin font, you're going to see some arcanic writing on the coin that says "worthy" is kind of getting written out magically across the face of this coin, and you are getting the thoughts of if worthy gift, like that.
All right, so since I used a copper coin here to detect thoughts, and he hands us out, and I read that, I'll say, from one worthy legendary creature to another, how about a trade? And I will hold out my copper coin piece as a trade. Just gonna hold it out, just like he did. I'll hold it out and then slowly open my fingers to reveal a copper coin.
I prefer gold.
All right, well, shit. All right, I'll pull out a gold coin.
Okay.
A really nice copper piece, but that's okay.
So if you offer him the gold, he will give you the one he has, and
One of these?
yeah. And you're going to see the words when you actually touch the coin. The letters are going to start glowing, and it's going to say "worthy." So go ahead and add a genie gold coin to your inventory. It is definitely magical. You can feel that it will do something special, but you don't know what at this point. And are you wishing to leave my sacred chamber now?
I look around the
Kurtz and
corner.
Erdra are like on the wall with their like super fancy magical gloves, like trying to pry this thing open, just screaming.
Yeah, no, I think that would be the best for everyone. Yeah. If
Then
you
be
could
gone, mortals! And you'll see just the tempest all burst towards the storm, and the door is going to get blown open, and all of you guys are just going to get ragdolled, flown from it.
Were you trying to pull it when it was a push door?
No, it's going to get
That's
blown
usually the
open.
case.
It's going to get blown super open. All right. So it is going to open up, and all of you guys are going to fly, like, I don't know, 100 feet?
Holy shit.
I'm just curious if I actually do.
So I need either a strength saving throw to try to knock it blown, which you're going to have to crit to not, or you can just give into it, and then I need an athletic saving throw to see how well you can soften your landing.
Yep. I'm going to take that because I don't think I'm going to be able to hold my ground on that, but let's just hope I don't die. There you go.
Urgra, the same rolls.
Just tens.
You keep doing that, by the way. You keep getting the same ones each time.
All right, so
Ass over elbows, boys.
all right, so the three of you were trying to stand your ground, so you're going to get blown. And
No, we were trying to. I was trying to break.
Soften the blow.
I was
of
saying
what
athletics.
coming.
If you were wanting to try to withstand it, you'd have to crit or do.
No, you said strength save if we were trying.
And athletics to try and catch
Oh,
yourself.
I'm sorry. I meant athletics and then something dexterity. It's all right. We'll just use the numbers. Okay, so you guys are gonna.
I'm not standing my ground. I'm trying to soften the blow. That is what I'm trying to do, sir.
Damn.
Ooh.
All right, but Kurtz and Urgra, you can cut that in half. Finley, you are going to take the full amount. It's going to be bludgeoning damage. So let's measure out 100 feet. So all the way to here. So you guys are all going to get blown that far, except for Rin.
Yeah.
Ring casually walks through the fucking door.
Well, I blink. So
Can I take the brunt of the damage if it means Grug doesn't get hurt?
If you take
If I,
the
like,
whole
If
damage,
I like football him.
yes, you can football him and take all of it.
Nice.
Oops,
Good
Rin,
call on
sorry,
that.
I moved.
that's okay.
Okay.
And Rin just casually walks through the fucking door, like, huh.
Oh no, there's no casual. This is full on sprint run.
Oh, so you're going to gather. So you go ahead and take a movement or...
Oh yeah, I made it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so encounter over, yeah, because you guys are out of there, and he's not going to pursue you. So, all right,
nice meeting you.
All right, so you guys get blown. You kind of tumble around. Kurtz, you you pull up your little frog companion, and you kind of tuck and roll, smash into a rock, and you take some bludgeoning damage. But you guys were able to get out of there without fighting. Good job. And Urgra, you have the vial. But you were getting tumbled around as well.
Oh my god.
I mean, she was trying to protect it as much as she could as well.
Okay.
Take the full damage. Take it all.
If you're willing to take the full damage, we will say that it won't risk breaking. If you want to cut it in half, it might break.
I'll take the other 11 damage.
Okay.
Nicely done.
All right, so you guys are going to see, I assume, Rin coming back.
And door closes or stays open?
It'll stay open, but you're going to see him kind of pull back into the chamber, and he's not going to be pursuing you.
Oh. Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
We never did really catch that guy's name, did we? He was... Oh. It was kind of rude of us to just barge into his room.
I mean, you did kind of just go into his house, start stealing his money, and then flash him your dick, and that was his whole experience with us.
Yeah, in the first 5 minutes of meeting them, yeah. So, I mean, in all fairness, to get blown out in a shitstorm, that's kind of on par for us, so... Is everyone all right?
Just to ask real quick, DM, has Rin ever heard of what this thing is or was?
No, but you can check it out.
No clue.
Yeah, nope, yep, none of your history, whatever.
Does anyone know what the fuck that was, by the way?
Don't think you would have any of you guys would have ever run into a genie. You, Rin, would maybe have heard of them, but no one that you have ever talked to has ever seen one.
Well, what would I know from the legends, the lore, the myth? Fantasy?
Give me a history check, which you should be good on. That'll
better be good on it.
Oh, I am pretty good on it. And I have plenty in the bank from Ventus to I'll do another Ventus bank.
You want to use a bank from him? Okay.
Ventus.
Yeah. The Ventus Vault. Ah, yes, 21.
All right. So, what they are, where they come from, what they do is very mysterious. The lore is more speculative. I said spectacle. Speculative. They seem to like to layer up in areas, and they aren't known for wishes like you guys would probably be thinking. They are speculative to bestow gifts instead of wishes. As far, that would probably be, even though 21's high, with they're so rare, that's all you would actually get.
All right. Well, that's fine. So, at least I know
they're very powerful. Like the gift thing, would be like if you were lucky. Like most people would just get killed.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I do know that they aren't necessarily very magnanimous to most, but if you can gain their favor and earn a gift, the gift can be quite potent, Finley.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't really understand it completely, but do you want to maybe take a look at it there, Rin Anaran? Or, I mean,
sure,
I can give it a once-over.
I'll try.
Maybe we should move out of here since the frog...
Yeah, right, yeah. We should probably get the fuck out of here. Yeah, good call.
Right. I'll walk it. Well, I hope the door is open.
Come on, Greg.
What, the one that leads back into the temple?
Yes, because that was, I believe, slammed shut, wasn't it?
Yeah, what we're going to do is if you guys are starting to head back, we're just going to fast track it. So anything you guys want to talk about, if you want to examine, we can just do en route. So that way you guys don't actually have to map walk the whole thing.
Right. Okay. I think we're all in agreement we're getting the fuck out of here.
Before we go, I want to grab the champion's axe.
Oh, okay. All right, so it's still on the ground. So yeah, you can definitely grab it. It's almost like a mace with like 6 axe heads that are on it. So it's not going to do the bludgeoning like a mace. It's still going to be slashing damage, but it has still a little bit of the poison, just little droplets on it. But it seems like it has no way of holding it. It was just kind of splashed on it, so you're not sure if it's going to stay on there. But yeah,
okay.
You can take that.
Yeah, Rin will actually, if he can, get some time, go to each one of the casks and actually get a sample of each of the poisons.
Right.
I'm going to open my bag of holding.
Brian just cheered 300 bits. IP for ring. Probably for Rin.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't have a ring. Nobody gets the point. Thanks, Brian.
Totally for me. All right, I have 9 flasks left over because 1 flask is holding something. Oh, it's a flask of syrup. So there's 5 colors, 6 colors. What's the number?
6.
6.
6 colors. Okay. All right, 6 colors. All right, so I will take that away and make it now 3 empty flasks and 6.
So you're gonna pick up a little bit of each one.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill a flask up with like a sample of each.
Okay, red, purple, green, blue, pink, and yellow.
All right. Red, purple, blue, pink, green, and yellow.
Yes.
So while we're walking, I will say to the group. So just so you're all aware, when I was kind of commuting there with Grog for a wee bit, kind of reading some very disturbing things about his upbringing, if you all wanted to hear about it.
You can tell the story.
While you guys are walking, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, the reason that this little fella here is so petrified of his own shadow at this point is because he and his grown kin have been, if no other really way to put this, but almost grown in captivity for there's mucuses and poisons that they secrete. They're separated by their colors, and they're grown up in these pools and things, and it's just a terrible situation here. It's just a life born into slavery, and I guess the king having those 3 little guys there on the chains, that was kind of like a wee bit of a different circumstance. But I mean, these poor creatures here are used for nothing else but the poisons that they are, and they're treated less than nothing. It's really kind of sad and disturbing, to be quite honest with you.
So you're saying we should turn around and kill the king?
He's gone.
I didn't really see where he went. I was too busy singing to one of the guards a little bit.
Well, my question is, Finley, are you saying they're more domesticated rather than wild?
If that's probably about the nicest word you could probably put to it. I mean, grown slavery would be more the term, but domesticated, sure, if you want to put a positive spin on it, I guess.
Meant more as in if you wished for us to free them, could they survive on their own in the wild?
I think they would need some help to get started, sure, yeah.
Well,
Just
how about we tell the Tabaxi, because if the Bullywugs are using them as manufacturers of poison for a war, then the Tabaxi would want to wipe that out. So maybe Grug here, we can work with him. We can draw a map to find the approximate location of where these places are according to the region and the topography, and maybe we send the Tabaxi in to deal with it.
DM, knowing the Tabaxi, do I believe that when told that this is the last remaining surviving race of Grung who can potentially poison their race if left to be roaming in the wild, would they let them live?
I mean, they're still creatures, I mean, in terms
on
of...
that note, Rin, we say they either let them live or we don't give them...
Plausible, but it would be something you would need to probably actually ask. Yeah, hypothetical answer would probably you'd be coming up short. You could see many. You wouldn't be leaning more towards the other. You would need to.
I mean,
inquire.
the Shroud people are a very proud culture, right? I mean, in terms of if you gave them, we are the Warriors' Oath, are we not? If you gave them a warrior's call, if you will, to protect these creatures, especially if we had an antidote as bordering ship, I mean, don't you think they would rise to the occasion to help someone in need?
We could also just tell them that this antidote can only be created from these creatures as well.
I'm pretty sure it can. That's what I remember hearing.
And
Yes, it can only be created by them, but then if the poison could only be fabricated by harvesting them, and if these are the only ones remaining in the world, if you just take them out to extinction, then the poison chance is 0.
Well, I'd rather they be extinct than in slavery for the rest of their existence.
Well, that's why I was wondering if perhaps is there another alternative we can try to think carefully about so that they won't accidentally spell
Harm
out their
someone.
doom with our attempts to save them.
And we're walking.
Oh
Sure.
no, we're walking. We're walking.
Yeah, you're walking.
Well,
But
I
yes.
mean, we have that scourge problem. And I know that even insects have to drink water.
Actually, Urgra, do Grung eat sturge?
How big
What-
are the scourge again?
Grung, do you eat sturge?
The sturge would be bigger than the grung.
Do you hunt and eat
I mean, I'm reminded of the bird-eating spider.
I mean,
I mean, come on, technically, poison them and then it...
yeah, he's not really gonna be able to communicate back with you.
Damn it.
With the do you eat them? He would say no, but would he? Yes, but they couldn't really.
Tastes like chicken.
They're all in
That-
captivity, so they don't go hunt.
Right.
Like they.
Yeah.
What do you eat?
Probably shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be
No, like
just literally whatever they throw in there. So
I'll like get some rations and like start trying different things for him to try, like cracker, meat, cheese spread, peanut butter, that kind of thing.
it's the fruit and the protein is the things he's gonna be wanting.
He eats like normal people. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
We're
but the
walking.
crackers and stuff like that, he wouldn't be interested.
I think we should probably go to the breeding pools before we go to the Tabaxi to get a sort of lay of the land for our report.
Yeah, when I detected thoughts with Grug, there's no visual to that, I'm guessing, in terms of like when he like in the Matrix, since you use that as an example, he has the TV to kind of see that stuff. So
Sure.
was he detecting
have
thoughts showing
no
me like where
idea.
these pools are?
You have no idea where they are. You just kind of caught the information bit of it.
Sure,
So
sure.
they exist. You have no idea where.
The one thing I could think of that might at least prove potentially useful to make sure that these creatures are cared for, as well as not only that, but allowed to thrive, is if we told the Tabaxi that the bullywugs were responsible for poisoning them because they had a desire to try and concoct the most perfect poison to pollute the swamps with and to claim their territory, because if no one else could live there but themselves, then they would have, the place to their own spawn. But if you have these creatures roam freely and they're quite irritated and disgusted by them, and even try to subdue them or remove them, it could be a deterrent for preventing them from coming back to trying again.
Well, that
I don't
is
think we have any reason to suspect that the Tabaxi will conduct a genocide on a sentient race, though.
Well, I'm just saying it might be, then they might be more willing. They'd be more wanting to maybe make an alliance and try to help these creatures retake their habitat.
Mm.
Let them grow with some support and assistance.
Plausible.
I mean,
Is
that's
what you'd think.
not a-
Yeah, that's plausible.
That's not a bad combo alliance there. Tiger Shroud and little Grung frogs with poisons. I mean, it could be a pretty cool combo, and especially if they're fighting off sturges and bullywogs, right? That's
Certainly, and you could probably say with a formidable alliance, they might be more willing to at least allow their warriors to dip their spears in their poison.
plus same token here, right? I mean, we do have a pretty big bargaining chip in terms of, hey, if you want the antidote, you need to help these people come back to full strength. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm just
Yeah.
worried after you say that, then you go away for a while, and how do they honor their word?
I mean,
Or the
Don't you-
Tabaxi
They
just.
have or they haven't, and then that's their honor.
they are a pretty honorable kin, are they not? So,
They're very superstitious, and their honor is a large part of that.
I have a strong feeling that just in our occurrences with them so far, if they were to make a bond, they would keep it, whether they liked it or not. Yes? No? Anyone?
I would agree with that.
I mean,
Right.
I think either way, whatever we choose, it's going to be a better outcome for the whatever these things are called, grung,
Mm-hmm.
than they're already at. So, what
Right.
else do we have to do this week, by the way?
Free the Grung, man. We have to free them.
we helped the Tabaxi, but from what I recall, flipping through the book real quick.
I think the dwarf said something.
Of course, the dwarves always have something. They're dealing with a revolt right now,
We
and the
really-
Aarakocra and Lizard folk are at odds, and tensions are escalating.
Oh, the lizard folk and the Aarakocra, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, in any case, do we want to go straight to the Tabaxi, or do we want to get Grug here to try and lead us to the pools?
I suggest to the pools. I think.
Listen. If we get into a fight, I'm next to useless.
Just,
you need
just
to
be
take
more of a
We can take a
recon?
breather here.
Do you need a breather? Yes.
No, I need rest. I
Have
don't
you
need
used-
like a sandwich and a nap. I need
So
rest.
perhaps we could. So perhaps we find rest back at the Tabaxi outpost there, and take a moment, and tomorrow we start our negotiations with them, and
I mean,
perhaps
I
lead a
say-
Tabaxi shroud charge onto the pools and free the Grug. It sounds like a wicked cool story to me. I mean,
We
it sounds
could get the
pretty cool.
Tabaxi maybe to help us if they're cured. Say that Grung's, pivotal in securing the cure.
Well, there is one other thing that might actually be a reason for them to not only need them, but also to probably go and search for them. How much is in that vial, Ergra?
Yeah, it didn't look very big, and I hold it up like, what am I talking? Like a canteen, or what am I?
It would look like about like a pitcher of Kool-Aid size.
Oh, hey, this is the
know.
antidote, by the way, right, guys?
It's the only vial container thing I could find in that entire thing, unless you wanted to bring that lamp.
Well, there's only really one way to find out. You are you done identifying that coin over there, Rin?
I hope so.
All right. So let's get identify clicked.
Coin of worthiness.
The coin of worthiness, yes.
All right. So what Finley can do with this coin is utilize its power to auto crit a persuasion.
Oh.
So I don't know
Any
how you would non-meta that information.
Any downsides?
No.
Stuff.
Just
Do
you can't
I
get it
know-
unless you're worthy. And
Do
Do
I
I use
know
it
if
for
it's
these?
usable?
what's that?
Is it-
It's a one-time thing. The,
Okay.
Yeah, the coin will disappear.
All right.
Or
yeah,
the coin
well,
will become a
need-
regular coin. The words will disappear.
Finley, this seems to be at least something that could potentially be useful in a very dire situation. Think of it as a lucky coin. If you at least keep it on your person, you might have a good chance of persuading others that you are worthy of whatever you're trying to convince them to go along with.
Interesting. Should, as I look around the group, should I try to use this when we convince the tigers to help the grow, or should I save it for
I mean,
stormier days
save
ahead,
it.
or what?
I would save it until maybe perhaps all other choices have failed us.
Yeah.
It seems like an ace in the hole, as it were.
All right, I will open my coat pocket and slip it into the sweet spot right there next to my nipples.
So you'll notice that when Rin was touching it, the worthy word wasn't there, but when you touch it, it glows.
Oh,
The
look
word
at that.
worthy kind of writes itself back out, and then when you put it in your pocket, it'll kind of go back to looking mundane.
Interesting. Okay, good to know.
So it looks
Alright.
like a normal gold coin.
Okay.
It is for you alone, Finley.
Oh, that's really cool. All right. All from whipping my dick out, guys. Just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Lot can get done when you just
Drop
Yeah,
trap.
when you're
show
right,
the
you're
business.
right.
I mean, hey,
You're
you
right,
know.
you're right.
Thank you, Kurtz.
Maybe sometime, Finley, I'll analyze the powers of your dick, and we'll see how.
Are you
they'll
offering to
be
give
in
him
the
a hand job, Bryn?
No, gosh, geez. Well, you do have to touch the thing and
For 10
identify
minutes
spell,
at
don't you?
least.
For an
I
entire-
thought it was-
For a whole minute.
If you just
I
want to
have a
get it
minimum
over with,
requirement.
you can cast it as a spell. If you really want to get in, it's a ritual. Okay.
Well,
all
you
right.
see, now you say that
You
I
know,
have to have it
it's
prepared,
ritual
and I'm not
casting.
usually preparing my rituals.
That's fair. Okay, all right. Good to know. All right. Let's put a pin in that conversation. All right. So I really feel like we do have a pretty big, side of talking of persuasion. I mean, this can we figure out that this is really the real deal here? Can anyone should we? Are Urgra, can you inspect it with your nature know-how in terms of seeing if this is an antidote thing or?
Oh, you're talking about the potion thing. Sure.
Yeah, we're off my dick now. We'll come back to that later. Yeah.
I'll pop the cork, give it a little whiff, a sniff. Can I do like a medicine check or something?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
As a doctor, can I assist?
That's only fair. Yeah, he is a doctor now.
Sure, why not? I'm gonna start calling you Pat Rothfuss.
Will it? Hey, I didn't roll the same thing.
This seems like this is the right stuff. It should be able to remedy the effects.
All right, smells like fungi killer.
All right. So we have the cure. Let's.
Do we know how
continue
this
on.
is applied, by the way? Do they have to drink it? Do you put a little squirt bottle on it and squirt it on there like weed killer? Or what do you
It's a
do there?
surprise.
I would guess
Topical. Yep.
topically.
And from
We'll
what
try
you can
yours
gather,
after, Kurtz.
anal syringe. No, it seems
Everybody's
like
different.
it's very, very concentrated. So you're thinking just a drop, really all that would be needed. So like, it would go very, very far.
Okay.
A dab will do.
No, a drop will
Should
do.
we
ya.
dilute it with water? Should we mix it up?
I would
Let's
just.
leave that for the tabaxi to fuck up.
Aren't you the doctor?
Yeah, and that's why I'm mitigating my own responsibility here.
And you're the moral high ground of the party.
You're goddamn right I am.
He's more of a nurse than a doctor. You won't say that, but you guys.
Well, I
all
mean, like
know.
typically, typically doctors don't really get involved with patients
Yeah.
anyway. It's more the RNs and things like that. You know,
Like,
they just come in, look at the chart, back the fuck out. Yeah,
Go WebMD it in their office and then come back out and say what it was.
that's what it is.
All this is in Connor's future.
So we're going to the ponds, and Grug is able to lead us there.
Wait, are we? I
I
thought
thought
Kurtz
we were
said
going
he
back to
needed a rest.
Tabaxi Outpost.
I swear we've had this conversation 3 times, and it's
Oh, you need to
a
fucking
different
nap.
resolution every single time.
No, I'm pretty sure we said Tabaxi Outpost
Okay.
to take it
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't care.
Either way.
All right.
I think it was just because of Kurt, so that's the only reason I remembered.
Sorry, I need a fucking nap. I only
Yeah.
soaked up about 40 fucking spears in that last session.
Well, we don't want to point fingers at whose fault it was.
We can talk about blame
Mm.
and responsibility in combat all day.
I mean, in all fairness, I wasn't
okay.
even there to help, so it's kind of my fault too. Just throw that out there.
Okay, so Flame is going to be gone.
Damn it,
Mr.
Flame.
Stack. But Fierce is still there.
Isn't he the more important one anyway?
The Fierce
No.
Fierce is.
Yours is
Yeah.
the chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you guys wanting to go straight up to it? The tokens were just there when we, when I
that's
switched
fine.
over. So you guys
that's
could,
fine.
if you guys are not wanting to go straight to him, if
What
you guys
time
were
is
wanting to
it?
do something else.
Probably nighttime.
Yeah, it'd be later. Yeah.
Fierce.
And you're going to see him kind of stoking the fire that's underneath. Looks like some kind of animal that was killed. It was kind of skinned. It's kind of rotisserie over the flame. And without turning around, he's stoking it up and kind of gives it a little corner turn over his shoulder. He'll kind of... You have returned. I hope it was productive.
It was painful.
We're alive.
That's
think
true.
this
And
be you think this would be a bigger deal since everyone you've sent there has died?
And
Yeah.
as he turns around, you'll see a very, very emotionally drained face. He seems like whatever the lion's version of just weeping would be. By chance, did you happen to see any of my scouts that we sent out before?
Ooh.
As he
Yes.
comes up to the
Yes.
table and he, without any compassion, just pulls the bench out from the table and sits down very violently. Puts his elbows up on the table.
So we did find your scouts.
Can we say we brought like a little we couldn't carry all the remains, could we? Because there's 4 of
We
them.
couldn't even get to them because of the whirly-durly of doom.
That's true. We could get the servants to get them.
You didn't
Yeah.
up to
We
this point. You could maybe
didn't-
go
we
back
didn't
if you
care.
wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't care. You could have. You could have gone back.
We
You're like,
didn't care.
I got
Let's
my
just be
coin.
honest."
I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
I got my frog.
Unfortunately,
I
yeah.
got my poisons.
Unfortunately, your scouts, their bodies are unobtainable without great difficulty or magic.
They were killed, is what you're saying.
Yes.
That was what I was fearing, for them not returning for so long.
There is good news, though. And Urgra will pull out the vial and gently place it on the table in front of her.
Is this it?
I'll
We have
pick
reason.
it back up. We have terms before we give him the vial. Remember?
Come, you were hired for a job. We have...
Hold on. We have some things to...
Many of them have died since you left.
I understand, and you will... The next 2 minutes will only go faster if you just let us speak before we get into a tizzy here.
You'll see his tail starting to flick back and forth.
We sustained a great deal of pain and suffering to get you this, and you wouldn't have it if it wasn't for us. So calm down.
Do
and
not
let us
speak about suffering to me,
Oh, well,
but speak your terms.
our friend here, Grug, and I will present our small amphibian friend,
Okay?
was pivotal in the... Actually, Rin, you speak, and tell him disgust.
Sure.
Oh, I wanted you to keep going, but all right. As my
Caught myself there.
my
As
eloquent friend Kurt.
as Rin's talking, I'm going to use minor illusion cantrips to show pictures of anything that he says visually speaking.
Oh, I get a
Oh,
PowerPoint
okay.
with Finley. Okay.
Amazing.
Can you have, like, In the Arms of the Angel playing too, and you get to the Grugs being imprisoned?
I will use presentation in the background to have like just a little bit of background music.
The faint music, yeah. Ambient. As my friend Kurtz was so eloquently trying to say, this creature
part.
happened to be so crucial not only in being able to succeed in our quest, but also providing the necessary means to cure your warriors. You see, the poison itself actually came from an accumulation of all these different kinds of frogs. I actually have samples here, and I show the 6
Grung.
in between my fingers. These are the poisons, and by using them in a weird and twisted manner, the creature who was the chieftain of the Bullywogs, calling himself Corona. This is his staff, as I lay it on the table.
And I use minor illusion to do all the different color frogs as he's saying all the
Okay.
color frogs. And when he says Corona, I make a picture of him too as he slams his staff down.
Oh, he looks hideous.
Yes, and quite hideous inside as well, I assure you. He himself was creating these poisons and was taking what he considered his failed attempts and dumping them in the swamp waters, allowing them to permeate and eventually find their way into your warriors' hands and feet, as it were. But as it is, these creatures also provide the cure. And by using their own toxins, you're able to find an antidote. And this is the antidote that Urgra here has shown you. But in order for this to be successful and for your warriors to also no longer suffer these in the future, these particular creatures need to be protected and reintroduced into the habitat. For the Bullywogs themselves are quite distasteful of these creatures and have done their very best to try and exterminate them, leaving only a small pool of spawning areas nearby for them to be able to cultivate them. But if they're able to be allowed free and you're able to agree with them, make
So
some
we
sort
need
of pact.
these grung to cure them, or this is the remedy here?
Minor
This is the
illusion.
remedy.
Minor illusion of one of the grungs with like anime sweet buggly eyes. Continue.
Well, this is the cure here, used by creating the concentrated efforts of the grung's different potent poisons to create antidotes. This is a limited amount, and it won't necessarily supply you for the future. So to help make sure that your kin do not suffer this from years to come, you might need to now make an attempt to try and form a pact with these creatures, allow them to return to the wild, so that not only do they act as a deterrent to stop the Bullywogs from returning, who might try to find revenge against you and your kind, but to also make sure that they can never be used against you again. Plus, they are potentially very powerful because their toxins, though effective on their own as well, can be used to be placed on tips of spears and sword, and your warriors would be more formidable now with them as a choice selection for trying to either take down other hostile creatures.
I'll chuck the war axe from the champion onto the table to prove the point.
Okay.
So if you perhaps would be willing to
So the
form an
poisons
alliance.
came from the bullywogs then.
The poisons are created by these grungs, but the bullywogs were the ones who turned it into a weapon.
Do they intend harm on my people more than what has happened?
The bullwogs?
Yes.
Potentially.
Probably.
The Corona chieftain was able to escape with his mighty leaping skills.
This troubles me very deeply.
If you have those who are skilled in magical arts, this staff, which I provide for you as a gift, will allow you to have a better chance of being able to not only determine his location, or to hunt him. Perhaps you might be able to sniff out his scent. But I leave that in your capable hands, for I know in terms of tracking and protecting your tribe, you are the best at this.
He's
I
also our friend.
do
Grunty.
wish to continue this conversation, but the priority for myself is getting my people cured. May I please give this off and let them start curing everyone while we continue the conversation?
I'll be going with you. I know a little bit about medicine myself.
So are you guys going to give the remedy over? Or
I'll look back. I'll try to take it from Kurtz's hands.
he's willing to talk to you, but he's wanting...
Yeah, I'll let it go.
We'll give it to you. Just assure us this at least. You will not harm these creatures,
Okay.
and seek no retaliation to them.
To the grungs? If you're
Grungs.
putting that as a condition for getting the remedy, he will definitely agree to it.
Perfect. That's all we care
Sweet.
about.
That's all we want.
All right. You're
That's
going
not
to
all we want.
You're going to see him call over a tiger who is
I was
all
gonna say, Fierce,
white.
do you have anyone nearby that might be a little sick? We could try this little ditty out here to see how
Here.
she's working.
Locke, I need you! And you'll see him coming around the corner, and this white tiger will come
Ooh, white tiger.
come running up, and he will hand the vial over to him. They have found it! Hurry and distribute this to our people. Try to save them. And he will immediately turn and run.
Yeah, starting with a drop first, and then work your way
Urger
up.
runs after them.
Sure.
Okay, yeah,
you
Urger,
can
that's good.
explain
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
go ahead. Okay, bye. Okay.
And Fierce will say, when you guys were here, before you left, seemed that nobody had died from this. It was just very painful. Not long after that, very rapidly, everyone who was at the later stages just started to die. So that's just why we were wanting to distribute it as soon as possible to prevent any further death.
Oh, understandable.
And Urga, you're gonna chase down Locke and go with him, or just tell him and come back?
No, I'm gonna supervise a little bit.
Okay. What? Who wants to go first? All right, let's go with the main party first.
I don't need a montage. It's fine.
That is such a shame that your warriors were lost, especially since the temple could have provided a means for them to be brought back. But of course, with the current leader being as she is, she's preventing any of our strongest people from surviving. Quite a shame.
And you will see him turn and pull out a box, and he will open it, and there'll be this little trinket inside of it. And he will, since you were talking to him, Ren, he will hand it to you. For helping us, if you present this to Memoir, he will have a gift for you as
Now we gotta go back
payment.
to that son of a bitch.
What is this trinket, by the way? What am I holding? Is it like a little totem? What?
Yeah, it's like a little totem thing. The thing doesn't seem consequential, but it is the thing you give to him to prove that he needs to give you what you guys want.
It's like the Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. You want the
Just
prize?
some
You got to
tokens.
go to the table with the tickets. Yeah.
Tickets. That's thank you. We will certainly seek out Memoir. We have met him before. One of our party members, of course.
Do you
at
know
least, has
where-
been already graced?
Where he resides.
Yes. At the main temple at the center of the city, the top of the hill.
In the lion area?
Lion.
Yeah, the
The
lion.
place
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Yes, we've met him before. As you can see, one of ours has already been gifted the blessings of the goddess Finley.
Oh, fuck off.
Finley.
Yeah, what? Huh?
To prove that you are worthy with the showing of the blessing of the goddess.
There's lots of ways to prove that. You really got to be careful with that right now, Rin.
As he drops
That's
trout.
true.
As I start. Which did you mean here? There's a couple different ways I do that now.
Not your family jewels, Finley, but the other one.
Oh yeah, sure. Bibbidi
Sovereign's-
bobbidi boop.
Okay. And as the Savadine Stone comes and starts smiling at, yes, that is exactly what he will give you if you give him this totem.
Oh, well, perfect. Thank you. That we know exactly what that is and what it can do. But tell me, dear chieftain of the lions, and of course the other Tabaxi, what exactly do you plan on doing now that you have your friends and family cured of this?
Well, first of all, I'm only in charge of just the lions. Or the tigers. You got me all confused.
It's really late. I've had a long day.
It's been a terrible thing.
This isn't even meat I'm turning on the fire. It's just a couch cushion. I'm sorry, continue.
Those pesky beasts, the swarm that is out there. We have heard reports that they are closer and too close for comfort, so we are going to want to abandon this outpost for now. Hopefully we can get everyone cured and we can relocate until we can regroup our strength.
Do you happen to have repellent, by the way?
What?
A repellent, bug repellent. It helps to dissuade them from coming closer.
And he pulls out a sword.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Rin,
one.
I think when the bug is the size of a small horse, the bug repellent might not have the same effect on it.
It could potentially. I mean, I have seen the Sturgies before. I remember studying them a little earlier. Do I know if it will be effective or not, DM?
Perhaps, but do you have any?
I do. I bought some before we left.
I had a big show of
Ah.
buying.
Yeah, I have a lot of shit in this bag. I have 20 bug repellent incense.
Plausible. With the size of them, you don't think it would harm them, but it may deter them from.
Oh yeah, I'm just using it for buying you guys time to evacuate.
Sure.
To make sure nothing comes close.
I don't know how it works, but if you think it will help,
I have no
We will
intention of
definitely try.
returning. Yes, I have no intention of returning to the swamps. So if you don't mind, I'll just pop out all 20. It's like a box of incense. You can
Awesome.
set this around your caravan, so when you travel, hopefully they won't come closer to you.
Okay. And with you bringing an additional gift, he's going to turn and he's actually going to grab the whole spit that had this rotating beast on it. He's actually going to drop it on the table. It's going to thud. Please, feel free to enjoy the food that was prepared for me. Please, all of you, please, come.
Oh,
What
well,
is this, by the way?
that's wonderful, thank you. Actually, if you don't
Zebra.
mind, for compensation, or at least an equal exchange, one of the things that I am more interested in is the knowledge of your people and those around you. I would much rather prefer to at least have your permission and time to discuss with you, and of course those of you who are in this camp, to talk about your tribes, your beliefs, your personalities, your goals, your aspirations, as well as your trades and crafts. It's quite an extensive, I know, and it can be a little tedious, and quite a few people tend to turn away from me, but if you, with your...
Kurtz is like.
I just saw that on the map. I was like, oh, Kurtz is out. All right.
Amazing.
Come on, Crow.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of
yeah.
here.
He's down. You'll see him kind of tear a leg off of this beast and just start chomping into the dark meat.
Yeah, I'll
and-
tear off a chunk for me and a chunk for Grug and go
It's just
find
fucking out.
With your leadership, I'm hoping you'll at least convince them that they would be willing to stay the full amount of time I require. For the evening, as it were.
Who are you all? What?
I was just basically saying, can I get him to say, I'm going to do like a captain's order, almost in a sense, to say, everyone, you're going to talk to him for however long he wants
Can
until
he
he's
forestall
satisfied.
the evacuation of the wounded and dying so that they'll talk to this wizard?
He
No,
will.
they're not leaving.
So
till
you're
the next
not
day.
wanting to talk to Fierce. You're wanting to talk to somebody else. Is
All of them. I'd want to talk to Fierce too. I would love to. I just don't want to take up all the time. So you can tell me if I have to fast forward. But Rin is doing what Rin does best, which is talk to everyone, gather information, get as much as he can, and start filling up.
Sure.
So we're there for the evening. You want to get some campfire stories with some tabaxi.
Sure.
Oh
Learn
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit.
And all that shit. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Fierce will be
That's
willing to
cool.
talk to you. But there was another important tiger.
Yeah, the white tiger.
No, this was another white one, but this is not the one that so Locke is off with
Yeah.
Urgra. He's going to call over a tabaxi named Edge, And this white tiger is actually his hands are completely encased in these metallic weapons, and it looks like they maybe don't come off. It looks like it's not just something he holds, it's something that has been like surgically attached to him. So yeah, he's not good at grabbing things, obviously, because he's got these big bulbous weapons that are on his
Sweet.
on his fist. But yeah, Edge will join Fierce, and they will answer questions that you have. But we're gonna pause it. We'll come back to that, Ren. I definitely want you to be able to do that. Urgar, was there anything specific you're wanting to do with Locke?
No, not particularly. I'm just like really supervising and just trying to use my limited medical knowledge to make sure that things are actually changing when the antidote is applied, and just to test to see how much is needed and then go from there.
So yeah, just to kind of quickly go over the process, it seems like putting it on because there's that whole nonc, that's on there. You just go for it doesn't really seem to be do much very quickly at the top, but if you go right where the base is, where it's like rooted in, that's where it seems to start pulling it back, and it almost seems like this fungus is somewhat creature-esque and not just a growth, and it seems to be like it hurts it, this remedy, and it seems to be very rapidly trying to dislodge itself from the person, so it almost seems parasitic. Not 100%. It's definitely more plant than parasite, but it almost seems to have that
a nervous system or something.
Yeah, because it's like it's withdrawing, so it is very, very rapid, and it's just kind of
taking her bow and just shooting these things with acid as soon as they dislodge.
Perfect. All right, so Locke will kind of be going through and kind of wiping them out as you finish these things off. No noise comes from them, but as the arrow pierces through them, it appears that they, air quotes, die.
I just want them to melt. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So you can just go through, and it'll probably take an hour or two going through to every person, and it's a bit of a process. But is there anything?
That's Urgar's happy hour.
Okay. While doing this, is there anything that you're wanting to talk to Locke about, or is it just strictly business?
This is a white tiger.
Yes.
And he has green eyes.
Yes.
So you get a lot of shit about being white.
Some say I'm privileged.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
The white fur is not very common in our people, but there is a decent amount of us who have it. I personally think. What?
So good thing or bad thing, generally?
I personally think it's much more beautiful.
Looks like it would get dirty much easier.
Yes, well, and he's kind of like licking, look at it. I groom myself very frequently.
I'm sure you're going to wash your hands before we go to our next patient.
Yep.
little kind of criticism there.
So, before we left, Blaze was saying that you guys are retreating back away from the swamp.
Yes, I fear that we don't have the strength to withstand an onslaught like that. So I think that if we can get everyone relocated, even if we could put them on a wagon or something and just get everyone out, I think it would be better safe than sorry. We already lost far too many of our people. And I thank you very, very much. You didn't need to do this.
What?
You didn't have to come in and help us. We don't even know who you are. And as he's, putting the ointment on another tiger, and you kind of, kill the thing. For this kind of... This selflessness for complete strangers is not something I'm used to seeing.
No? It's not common in the Shroud?
Well, we aren't strangers to our own people.
I suppose that's fair.
What's motivates you to do such things? As he's, going on to the next person. Then.
Well, we have been.
We're on a mission
I
for God.
Can I do a quick insight check on this guy to see how trustworthy he seems?
Sure.
I'm curious. Let's see. That's a 2.
It's not very good.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It is not. You're not gonna get much from a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a white tiger.
He seems to be medically inclined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's what you got. Yeah.
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 Well, we are actually blessed by the goddesses in some way, but not as well, it's not all roses. We're kind of given an inclination of where terrible things are going to happen, and so, if we don't do anything about it, that makes us pretty terrible people.
Yes, I can see bad things happening more, but in my opinion, it is already very bad. Sometimes I feel like it couldn't get worse. You think it will get worse than this? I mean, this remedy seems to be working quite well. As one of the knocks will kind of dislodge itself from somebody.
Oh shit! Yeah. That was a feisty one. All right, but no. I mean, I can't honestly speak for the Tiger tribe or even the Shroud, but there are bad things coming to the continent, and honestly, it seems the only way that a lot of people won't die is through unity.
Come on, get down. Well, seeing that this complete stranger here was able to aid us in a way we were not able to at all, I can see how there is strength in coming together with those who you don't know. So I think there is wisdom in what you are saying.
Yeah, it's a shame that, I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd say it probably is you guys, the Shroud. The Revenant are assholes, and the Dwarves have that whole brother versus brother thing going on.
Yes, many outsiders don't really seem to take the time to learn about us, or our tail rings, or anything.
Sorry, your tail rings?
Yes, it's one of the most important things to us, and people don't even bother learning about our culture, and they just assume that.
Well, quit bitching and just tell me about it.
Okay, and he'll kind of whip it around, and he'll kind of explain a little bit about how it is kind of like a sign of manhood, or like the official status of Tiger. So he'll briefly talk about like the other sub races in the order, but he'll be mostly focusing on the tiger portion of it, and they aspire to reincarnate into cheetahs. So it is their belief that if they are able to prove themselves worthy to the order, they get awarded a tail ring, which he has, and they believe that means you're pretty much guaranteed to become a cheetah in his next life. So he'll kind of go through a lore bit of that.
So what did you do to get your ring then?
There was an incursion on one of my groups, and I was the only one who was able to figure out how to stop it, and I saved... Yeah, you killed another. I saved maybe 30 tabaxis with my bravery when everyone else was too afraid to act. So I was awarded my tail ring.
It's pretty impressive.
So there is a bit of responsibility that comes from those of us who have earned them, though. Those that don't feel like they rely on us who have the rings and sometimes a little bit too much. The pressure can be immense as he, is trying to help somebody up and kind of who's now able to get up after one of the things come off the paws and kind of can start to slowly stumble around.
Mm-hmm. My friend was talking about the temple not allowing revivification or bringing people back from the dead. Is that something that Tabaxi would even want, given your belief in reincarnation?
Absolutely not. Death is a part of our wheel, part of our circle. We should be excited for the next. Even lions are excited for it when they come back as bobcats. It's their turn to serve in the next life because they were served in their last.
But what if, just hypothetically speaking, you were in a terrible battle and you were the strongest person on the party, like you had your ring, and you died saving a bunch of other people, but another person who was able to magically bring you back in, say, less than a minute had the opportunity to do so. And by coming back, you could possibly save more people. Is that something that would possibly sway you?
I suppose I've never really thought about it. Our beliefs are that you should look forward and try to do your best to benefit the order to become the next step. And it seems a process like that would get in the way. I believe that would come against the order. I'm not a priest or anything, but that's what I would gather. That would be taboo.
Well, I was just curious.
And I'm not sure if you know, and it's not something we really talk about taboos with other people, but since you are here helping us, anything taboo done by someone within the order can lose their standing within the order, which is, I guess the best way to explain it would be equating it to a curse. They would not be able to progress to the next reincarnation state.
I've met some of these cursed before.
Have you?
Yes.
They're usually ostracized from our... I don't see them really ever. They are removed from... I believe you, but they're usually shunned and exiled and removed from the rest of us to not influence us away from the order and the ways of truth.
He was being tempted by a member of a group known as the Cult of Chaos. Have you ever heard of that group before?
I don't know anything about them, but I have heard of the word before.
Insight check.
Okay.
Come on, baby!
Cock. You heard of the cock?
10 times better.
6 times better. Yeah. He didn't seem to react strongly when you said Cult of Chaos, which you think would be a natural reaction if he knew more than what he's letting on. So the lack of reaction to the word makes you believe what he's saying, but you're not 100%. You just met the guy? Yeah, so he could
There's nothing obvious, though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, they seem to be trying to take advantage of his very possibly deserved ill fortune by helping, trying to convince him to commit suicide, essentially.
What kind of tabaxi was he?
I want to say bobcat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it was a bobcat.
I have heard of some disgruntled bobcats from time to time. Their lives are very difficult, they are essentially servants. Their whole sect is to serve the lions, but it is karma, it is fair, because in their previous life they were served by the bobcats, so their next step in the cycle is to then serve the other ones, and then move your way back up and into through the order and through all of your lives.
I've heard all this before. With this reincarnation, is there ever any sort of legends or lore of one who keeps their memories of their past lives?
No, I've never heard of that. No.
That'd be an interesting person to talk to.
That would be. I would. If you find them, let me know. But I've never heard of even rumors of something like that. I mean, do you have any memories of your previous lives?
My culture doesn't really believe in reincarnation as yours does. We believe in living life to the fullest for honor, family, battle, and most of us don't tend to live very long. At least not where I grew up.
We believe that Sabadine made a certain amount of tabaxis, and that life essence never dies, never is any higher. It is always just recirculated, and that's the energy just is transferred into another one. So there's only a set amount of us. There will never be less or more.
Have you actually checked that? I mean, you can probably check like if your population actually grows or not over the years and years. Is that something that's ever been studied?
Like a census?
Sure.
I don't
Or
believe
doesn't know
so.
that word.
Sure. There's never been an official accounting of how many of us there are, but we know that, like for instance, as he points over to one of the dead tiger bodies that had died from the growth, as sad as it is that he left us, there a tabaxi somewhere was born. So we mourn this one leaving, but there's a new one that has joined the family.
I will say it's pretty nice that you guys view each other as family. You really don't get that sort of viewpoint with humans.
We definitely have our disagreements, and we tend to stick with our kind. But we respect all, because it is one of the laws of the order. You do not disrespect the order, and you do not disrespect the leader of the order, because that would be bad karma.
Have you ever met Flame?
Are you talking about fire or flame?
Fire! Damn it.
Torch.
There's so many fire names.
Yeah,
Burner.
yeah, it's okay.
Match.
I've seen him in passing, but I have not had the honor of actually having a conversation with him. I have been helping Fierce for quite some time, and he obviously knows him very well. I'm hoping that maybe one day I can be introduced to him, which is one of the reasons he chose me, is because I've been very ambitious to prove that I'm still wanting to show that I care about the order, even though I've gotten my ring. Many tigers, once they have gotten their ring, they become very complacent in life because they feel they've earned it, and then they can now take a break. But I believe that it is something that you need to continually show every day.
Admirable attitude.
Well, look, there's another one, and I'll go off to the next one. All right.
As he walks away, I check out his butt a little bit.
It's toit.
Like a toiga.
He's
Like
actually
a toiga.
he actually has a really cool looking red sash that's kind of tied around his waist, and it's going to kind of highlight the curves in his ass, so it'll look pretty good actually.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Kurtz and Grung, where did you guys go off to?
Chilling up on the ramparts like men eating our meat and awaiting
Love it.
Is there any tales or anything that you wish to go over? Or are you guys just bonding up there?
Just bonding, chilling, waiting for the mosquito swarm to come and kill us all.
Okay.
I'm teaching him the 1,000-yard stare, you know, so he can just be all moody. He's all scarred up now, so now I gotta get him a little like patchwork armor and a little Kurt sword.
You should train him while you're up there.
A little sword for Grug?
No, give him
I
a
should
fly
get him-
swatter.
If I get him like, if I get him a short sword, it's gonna be like comparatively the same size as my Zweihander.
A little
For him, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, so
Like, dude, we
he's
gotta get you ripped protein. Come on, you gotta
he's-
bulk up.
gonna be super excited about teaching you about him. Like, he'll listen and hear. You're not sure if he's catching all of it. Maybe with repetition, he'll start to learn more about you. But kind of like a child, he really is excited to show you things about himself. And he kind of shows you that if he blows enough bubbles on his back, it'll kind of push away all of the mucus that's on there, and he can control the secretion. So if he doesn't secrete more, bubbles it all off, his back will actually be poison free.
Oh,
So while you're
that's
eating,
gonna be
and-
really great when
and-
you're staying with my wife for most of the weeks out of the year.
so he'll kind of show you, like, try to put your hand on his back after he's done that. If you're willing to do that, you actually won't get the poison effects. So they can control it.
I'll do a little fun and game session with him, and I don't have a spare set of clothing, so I'll actually look around. Shut up, Alexa. I'll actually sort of look around and see if I can find some spare like clothes or robes or anything that I can fashion into clothes for him and
Give
go around
me
with that.
give me an investigation check as you're looking around. There is a lot of equipment and a lot of gear laying around, so you might be able to find something, but people are in the middle of trying to pack everything up to relocate the camp. So you are going to get very lucky, and we lost somebody, so we're actually going to go on a break.
Oh no.
Bye,
Um,
Oh
Connor.
no. Oh, we lost Connor.
Hi, Connor.
Connor
I'm
back.
Connor now.
Oh, hey,
Um,
Connor back.
we're all in wrong spots, but it's okay because we're going to go on a break here in a second anyway.
No,
So
I'm
just
still
go.
me.
Yeah, go ahead and keep your cams. We'll readjust in a second. Yeah, so you can you'll find some ones that kind of fit. It's not gonna be like a full outfit.
I'll find a dead guy's clothes that he's not gonna need anymore and just be like,
Okay, and you're gonna start fashioning together a little outfit for.
yeah,
the
I'll
Grug?
just like trim them up so that they fit Grug.
Okay,
I love it.
awesome. Okay,
This fucking frog.
It's got like a
man.
little vest and some slacks and a little hat.
amazing,
Of
amazing.
course he does.
All right, so we're actually gonna go on our next break. We're gonna reset our cams while we're gone. We're about at that point anyway. So we're still got a little bit of time to play tonight. Hope everybody's having a good time, and
Yeah.
we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Yeah.
The dice are telling me it's a 20. We're sticking with it. Okay, just go. I'm gonna go over here because I'm gonna belt this shit. I'm just gonna go.
Yes, this is my daughter Melody.
Oh.
You shall find justice upon your soul. Turn it into a, let's go with a gelatinous cube.
Okay.
And I'll let it just go ahead and sit there and start dissolving the place up.
Yeah, we're on our phones.
No, we're paying attention. Yeah, we're focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
I'll just sort of run my finger through the scar that goes across my head. Indeed. Grab it by the head, start slamming the skull into the stone wall next to me until the skull just shatters. Bend the fucking knee, peasants.
I'm gonna burn a lucky point.
Okay.
Oh my god!
It's meant to be.
Tell Caldevar, if you can, please, sir, that Kurtz Glaskin is going.
Come up to Ren and say, speaking of teamwork, do you have any offensive spells at all?
Right? He's got, really scruffy, nasty beard and kind of kicks his foot. He's like, ow! Down. And he just starts going off on this rift. Martha will turn to the crowd and he'll go, "Are you not entertained?" Hail, brave adventurer!
Hello there, everyone's favourite halfling bard, Finley Shenanigan here. Being the soulful adventurer that I am, and known for telling a tale or two, pull up a stool to grab a pint as I tell you a story about my favourite hero, me. In my years of travelling, I met people of all walks and cultures. Although the horsemen coming didn't affect me directly, I saw the toll they left behind. The destruction and devastation these villainous beings left in their wake sparked something within me. How was I, Finley Shenanigan, to become the greatest, most legendary bard that Candoria had ever seen, if no one was around to behold my glory? More importantly, where is Alundra? When will she be back? And what will she be wearing? Hopefully something revealing. Anywho, setting on my journey, I shared my glamour with those who had never witnessed such pure, unadulterated excellence before. My legacy was to replace their despair and unite the people for the war yet to come. In the end of the day, everyone can be a hero. Everyone has a little adventure inside of them. And if you don't, would you like one?
Salutations. I am Rin Anoran, historian of Candoria, renowned problem solver, an elf of esteemed conscience. When I became of age, I set out as a Rena and departed from my home of Othalos to the city of Egoras to study the arcane arts. With some difficulties, I was able to teach myself while working as a scribe in the library of Alashar. There, I produced a masterpiece of Candoria's history and its secrets, my manifesto, the true record of our world. However, even my aspirations dwindled when Alundra's guidance vanished, followed by the devastation from the horseman's wake. Despite all the wounds we have suffered, I shall never let our existence be forgotten, for I believe our best hope lies with our knowledge and story made eternal.
My name is Kurt Glaskin, and I have lost everything that I've loved in this world. My daughters, my wife, my friends, all of them dead to the horsemen. And now I have a chance to redeem myself, to protect my friends, to lead humanity into a new age of light and hope. Alundra abandoned us, the goddesses abandoned us, and left us with these monsters. And I want to take everything from them that they've taken from us. I live in a world of blood and hatred and violence, and so I will become that violence. I will be that hatred, and I will be exactly what we need, a sword against the darkness.
My name is Urgra Dropper, and I am a dependable ambassador. I was the only half-breed in my mother's tribe of orcs where the threat of being eaten constantly hung over my head. And yet, those were some of the happiest times of my life compared to my time with the Revenant. I was 12 when I first picked up a bow and started hunting, and I quickly found that people make the most interesting prey and often deserve an arrow in the head far more than most monsters. Magic and even the Three Sisters were always something weird and sinister to me. That is, until by chance I crossed paths with the High Priestess Alundra, who showed me that magic, like everything else, can be used for good or for evil. And that's what I'll keep on repeating to myself every time one of those stuck-up magical morons say something that makes me want to cut out their tongues.
The following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
And didn't remember his name.
Fucking
I don't remember. Connor just forgot.
treat him like a piece of...
All right, and we are back. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
Hey!
We got these guys who just got back to the Tiger encampment. You guys gave the remedy Fierce gave it to Locke, and Urgra and Locke went around and we're starting to gear everybody up. There seems to be packing up the camp. It seems like what you guys have put together just passively through all this happening. It seems like at first light is when they're planning to relocate. But for the night, they're going to hunker down. They're packing everything up. And it's actually going to start to downpour rain quite extensively, very hard. So the only thing that they're setting up are going to be additional kind of tarps kind of stretching over just to get cover from the elements. And as people are getting cured from Urgra and Locke going around, they're kind of corralling them under these tarps while the capable ones are kind of packing everything up. A lot of stuff is getting left. It's just their equipment that they're kind of loading up onto carts and everything. So we had Kurtz, who was up there with Grug. He found some clothing and started to fashion it. They were doing a little bit of bonding. But now we're going to go over to Finley. What is Finley doing during this?
So it's just me. Is it just me and Fierce in this thing? Because Rin's going to be going with Locke to go talk to Tabaxi and things, or
No, I'm here. I'm right there.
Yeah, right now Rin is in there with Fierce, and Edge came over. Locke is over with Urgra.
I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, I did want to talk to Fierce more one-on-one, I guess, but that's okay if Rin's here. So hey, Fierce, I did actually have something that we as the Warriors Oath as a group would really wondering if perhaps maybe we could help, and you and your people could probably help with here too. You know, these grown our new frog friends, you know, in meeting with them and interacting with them, have learned quite a dark, sad history for their people. They know nothing but slavery. They were used as these bullywugs' source of poisons and things, and know nothing but basically manufacturing for the bullywugs. They know nothing of freedom. They know nothing of their own lives outside of bondage. And we, on our walk back, were talking about trying to free them from these bullywugs, and we're wondering if you could, help them.
That does sound like something very noble to do. I'm afraid at this current state, my focus will be on securing the safety of our peoples and relocating us. But in the future, that is something that we could definitely look into.
I think it'd be definitely worth your while here because these poor grown, if you were to free them, and release them from their bindings, I think you would have an ally for life with them, and they could prove their worth to you, in perhaps not only freeing them but maybe even helping them develop. Maybe teach them how to hunt and how to survive, and maybe help them build their own culture. I think that would be something very noble of your Shroud Tigers to help them with. I mean, especially you of all people should definitely know the benefits of those coming to aid in times of need. And I point to myself and Rin, and I think you also know what happens if someone who can help does nothing. So if you're in a position to help, I think it's kind of in your best nature to want to help, right?
I would tend to agree with you, friend.
So what do you say, Fierce, in terms of maybe trying to save these grown and agree to help them build their own? I hate to use the word civilization. I think that's a little over jumping up, but maybe just get their feet in the ground and get a little bit of foundation to their own society. I think that would be mutually beneficial to everyone. But we don't exactly know where they're being held captive. They're being held in these pools, and they're separated by colors, and they know nothing but their bondage. So I know you're looking to get out of here in the morning and regroup and whatnot, but now that we've saved the tigers, you're back in numbers, right? I mean, maybe not today or tomorrow, but something that you could free them.
After our strength has regained, perhaps our paths will meet again and we can try to plan something together. You can use your knowledge and our strength as fierce warriors. We might be able to do something about this.
Well, about paths crossing again, we are on a bit of a odd path ourselves. We came out here to help, as I mentioned before. Those who can help should, if they're able. Don't really know exactly in terms of a time frame when that might be. So sooner the better in terms of we might not be back here for years. You never know. So and in that time gap of them just still being slave and being beaten and used for their poison, I just maybe put a little bit of a push on that timestamp, if you would.
Well, if you return to us, I give you my word, we will do what we can.
I look over at Rin and see if he's picking up what I'm putting down in terms of, we're time travelers and we're not going to be back here for a while, so...
Oh yeah, Rin's got the corner of the eye watching you listening, but he's doing the whole preparation because if he just now got full permission to do things, you see him doing the full prep for interrogation. He's got papers, he's got a book that's floating with a quill getting ready to go, making chapter notes.
All right, at least you're using the quill in the book thing that I gave you.
Ripping into the meat that they got from this thing. Edge is... He can't really grab it, so you see his head kind of going to the table and eating the stuff. Fierce is kind of plating up things for him, and he kind of is just eating straight off the table.
Oh, okay, that's weird. All right. Here's the thing. I'm looking over at Rin if he's not going to stop me.
I'll if you look for help, are you trying to tell me to help you?
You can jump in if you want.
I don't know. Is that what you're doing?
Rin, are you understanding what I'm saying here in terms of, time might not be the best thing to wait for in terms of we might not be back here for years kind of thing?
Yes. Sorry, Finley, I thought you had it well covered. No, I'm sorry. One moment. I'll just kind of put my things on pause. Finley is more concerned at the manner currently. These creatures aren't necessarily something that can wait due to the fact that they have been for their entire lives kept in pens and they've been held under the thumb of another type of race. They have no means to be able to feed themselves, to defend or clothe or shelter. If there is no aid given to them immediately, they will die out entirely. That is why we sought your help at the first place, in order to at least provide them some kind of guaranteed home and sanctuary to repopulate.
Well, if you are willing to help us, we would definitely do what we can. And Edge is going to be kind of, gorging himself.
Help with that, by the way.
And he'll be kind of looking up with little chunks of meat kind of on his face. It's a pity we ran out of spices. This is so plain tasting.
I can fix that for you if you don't mind. I will then start to twist my hand around and do prestidigitation and make it a more... Have I had tabaxi food before? Do I know what it tastes like? Have I had the spicy good stuff before?
They're very exotic, very robust.
Make it jerk chicken.
I'll do an elvish spice that I'm at least familiar with, something that probably he's never tasted before, but a little bit of my pizzazz.
He'll be kind of startled when he at first with it, but he's just gonna start just digging into it and kind of this big bulbousy hands up on the table and him kind of shoveling stuff towards him. He's really enjoying it.
I'm glad I could help. My gosh, he must have done something excruciatingly difficult to date.
More! And the Fierce will kind of be piercing
Whoa.
it, or pulling it off of the the thing and kind of throwing it on the plate, and he's just kind of shoveling it towards his face.
I do not think you ever introduced us to your friend here.
This is Edge. Edge, say hello. And, hi, thanks.
Gosh, jeez. Okay, wow. Okay, okay.
Well, and how do you two know each other?
He, lack of a better word, he is an informant for me.
Oh, all right. A spy?
No.
Very hard to do with those hands. Still, I won't question you further in that particular field. But Finley, I do completely sympathize with his enforce. Well, he's trying to at least encourage you to maybe perhaps seek a solution today, tomorrow. I'm looking at Finley, waiting for like a nod. What are you gonna tell me?
So, like, here's my thing, Fierce. We might not cross paths for a very long time, and my worry is that if you're just going to wait for us to come back here to then go and free the Grung, that just is not going to sit well in my gut here. So, my recommendation would be if you're willing to help us, perhaps once, maybe, how long do you think it will take for you to pick up and relocate? Is this like a tomorrow thing? Do you know where you're going or what?
It is hard to tell at the moment, but I think it will take several weeks, maybe even a month, for us to be ready to start our incursions and attacks like we were before.
I mean, because we did just clear out like a whole temple. I mean, couldn't you maybe hold up there for a little bit? I mean, there was. I look at Rin. I mean, I don't think there was any other real threats there. Did we kind of clear it all out?
Well, it's not necessarily the threat of a location. It's the Sturges are coming.
Risk in that temple. There's a huge
No,
risk.
in the temple, don't go into the cave, man.
There's multiple
Don't go
risks.
into the cave.
There are a few
Whirly
mimics still left
girlies
alive
and
there, Finley.
golems and bullywugs and the Jinn.
There's no bully. We killed them all, right? Didn't we?
No, they ran
They
away.
ran away. There's
You
quite a
guys
few.
aren't there. I'm talking to Red.
There's quite a few there, Finley. Quite a few.
In Philly's defense, he was stunned and enamored with somebody while you guys were dealing with
There's
everybody.
nothing dangerous there.
Yeah, it's a whole. There's a whole other temple with the big bell thing, right? Was there some bad guys left in there?
Yes, there's some mimics still roaming around, and there's some traps that have yet to be triggered. Quite lethal. Besides, quick question. Could you tell me, do you happen to have any beasts of burden that you use to transport, move across the great distances you travel?
Edge will kind of slam the metallic thing and say, "I am a beast."
Oh, that's gonna
Yep,
flinch
yep,
me.
yep,
Yes.
we got it. Yep.
Right, yeah. Well, I could perhaps create a sort of aquarium, as it were, to at least allow them to transport away from the swamp so they can make the journey to your safe haven. And then from there, they might be able to at least start to slowly repopulate and learn to survive on their own before they could be returned to the swamp safely when the danger has passed.
Why would we need an aquarium?
Well, they are frog-like creatures. They tend to require moisture and some kind of habitat for them to be more...
Oh, the grung. I thought you meant us.
I did too.
No,
honestly.
the
Yeah,
grung.
right. Yeah.
Goodness, no.
We wouldn't need an aquarium.
No, but
Right.
but they might
Where
be
we're
more...
going, we don't need aquariums.
Right, yes. But for them, they certainly might need more bodies of water. But I'll be happy to at least provide some means for them to be able to make the journey if you'll be having someone help pull it along, as it were.
In a couple of weeks, we can definitely work
Right.
on this.
Hey, so what about this? Do you know at least a direction that you're heading from here? North, south, east, west? Do you know where you're going in terms of a direction?
We plan to settle west of here.
West. Okay. Because here's the thing, we don't exactly know where the Grung are being held. It could very well be west. I don't know. North, south, who knows? Side note, DM, when we went to this temple, was it north of here into the swampy areas?
Yes, it was north of here. Yes.
Okay, cool. So by
Where
and
are the
large,
Sturges
probably-
coming from?
Where the
Yeah.
what?
The Sturges, north, south, east, west. Where are
From
they coming
east
from?
side, yeah. So you
Okay,
guys kind of
okay.
went north a little bit east. That's kind of toward the swamp is all east of here.
Yeah.
So they're trying to go away from Sturgy and away from swamp. And
Yeah.
Their guess is that get away from swamp, probably we'll get away
Yeah,
from the
got it.
bugs who live in the swamp.
Yeah, totally. But Finley, how? Quick question. I mean, technically, only Kurtz was really so wounded, as it were. I suppose it could. You, I, and Urgra could go to the spawning pool and bring them back tonight. So that by the morrow's morning, they should be able to transport safely.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, one, we don't know where the pools are, and two, I'm going to probably guess there's probably still some bullywog there, as like, you know, they don't just let them run free. There's probably guards and things that we're going to have to deal with.
Well, you see, now you say that, Finley, but we have a few things to our advantage. The staff, for instance, is a very useful tool that could be able to help in a illusionary convincing. And a very, very, very extremely well-used persuasive argument by your account could potentially at least ensure their safe travel if the Corona chieftain were to arrive and require the release of all said Corona.
Sure. When I detected thoughts earlier with Grog DM, when he was explaining everything in his mind, in his frog mind, was there any sense of how many Grung there were? I know that he said that they were separated into colors, but did we have an idea of how many there were?
Lots. Tons
Fuck,
and tons
yeah.
and tons.
Right.
This would...
Yeah. It's a people.
This isn't
yes.
This isn't a us do this thing.
Yes,
this is
exactly.
A considerable force size do this. Like,
and what do you do with them afterwards? They might
Yeah.
all attack you. Like it would require a very large thing.
We're basically going to war against the bullywug.
Right. Right. Which they are not opposed to helping you, but they're not in the capacity of doing. And by the time they would be ready, you guys are going to be gone.
So it's basically we have to let this sit.
All right. If at least in the meantime, we could at least try to. Do you have individuals who are extremely knowledgeable in the sciences of toxins and antidotes?
I believe Locke would be the most inclined to learn it. So,
do you have good faith in their skills?
In Locke, of course.
Right. I will discuss this with Locke since I have a sample of each of the Grung's toxic poison. Perhaps we can allow him to start to study, maybe duplicate, or in some way allow Tabaxi later to come back and liberate the Grung while having some kind of resilience, resistance, or immunity to the poisoned effects that the bullywugs might try to employ to keep their pens protected.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Finley get a little agitated now.
Sure.
And he's going to say, so let me get this straight. We come all the way down here to help you, tigers, with your paw problems. We risk our life and limb to get you an antidote. Literally fight off a djinn, if you even know what that is, which is super crazy powerful, and to be honest, had to be super powerful to show that we were worthy of his sentiment. But anyway, which I won't get into the whole story now, but here's my
Real
point.
recognizes real, you know what I'm saying?
Basically, thank you. But here's what I'm getting at. Is that, you know, we come down here to help you, and at our request, we ask you to go help those who need it, and your suggestion is that when you're good and ready running away, then maybe you'll think about it if we're here to help. So that's just not gonna do. And I gotta be honest, Salvadine's probably pretty disappointed in you as well. I'm gonna walk out of the tent.
You'll see Fierce stand up.
I'm walking out. He can stand only once.
Okay. And
I don't know what he does. I'm just walking. He can do what he wants.
he will, as you leave, when he stands up, he'll look over at Rin. I will let it slide since you all just helped us, but that is the last time your group will disrespect my leadership capabilities. Do I make myself clear?
This is so typical of like school. It's like those who attend get yelled at for everyone being late. Yes, I fully do. Will try my best to handle this proper punishment within the group's capable means, so that you do not have to dirty your hands with it.
Your actions here have made friends among us, but it can be undone. And
I would like to avoid that.
Sit back down.
Yes, thank you. Do I see where Finley left? Did he just huff in a storm, or?
Yeah, it's pouring rain outside right now.
I don't give a fuck.
Just gone? Okay.
It's just rain.
Well, if you don't mind, I could continue my questions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Certainly. All right. Well, I mean, I can RP it, or I can do quick sum. It's up to you.
We're at 3.5 hours, so probably be quicker if we did fast forward. But if you want to RP it, I'm totally game.
Sure. If there's anything that might be, I guess, RP worthy to tell, Rin's just going to start asking them a lot about what you would call their culture, a bit more of like what do they prefer to eat, dress, and what's their style, their favorite. Some of the word choices, if they're like certain quirks. I'm guessing he might eventually come across the tail ring. He might learn that
Sure.
information probably. But then he would certainly go along the lines of trying to get as much information that wouldn't have been commonly shared to most other races,
Sure.
or at least certain quirks and points of like shared secrets among the Tabaxi that they like to keep to themselves that Rim might be able to learn more of.
Sure.
But the one thing that he might have to try and coax them with, at least try to pull some things out, is maybe what you would call private personal information from each person he interviews.
Okay.
These are things that could be what you would consider like secrets, or maybe some kind of interesting quirk or trait about them specifically, or any gossip they know about some of the well-known Tabaxi. Basically, what he's doing is he's doing a little bit of like espionage, spy gathering, getting as much information so that if ever a time comes where he might need to call on a name, know that he knows what he's doing, or even impersonate someone, he might have a better chance of getting right on the dime.
Okay, so this will be much, much quicker to be fast-tracked. So this is what you would have gathered. So you wouldn't have got this from Fierce or from Edge, but as you're talking to other people, you would have learned, obviously the Tigers are the primary soldiering force for the Order. That's something I think you already knew. So they rely on overpowering their foes rather than being stealthy. Their training consists of very vigorous physical labor, and as you will come to deduce for yourself, how you're going to interpret it would probably be, in Rin's perspective, like psychological brainwashing to obey.
The lions, or
the Tigers,
to obey lions.
Just in general, they are kind of all. They don't question. They are psychologically brainwashed to obey. Is the only way I can think of saying it. So like they're indoctrinated to you just do whatever you're told, and they're kind of the bitches for the Order. And Fierce oversees that. You're going to hear a name of Bagheer, which I think you guys have heard before, who is
sounds familiar.
Who is a jaguar. So you're going to hear rumors, so kind of piecing together and inquiring it, because you said you were going around kind of detectiving, trying to
with lots of them.
What you're going to be able to kind of connect is that Bagheer and Fierce seem to have meetings quite frequently, and your interpretation is going to be that perhaps this style of indoctrinating the Tigers, obviously Fierce is overseeing it, but you're gonna probably think that it's coming from Bagheer. Bagheer is convinced Fierce to do it this way.
Okay, so Bagheer has a little bit more of a vizier, kind of pulling the strings, kind of relationship.
That's up for you to decide. Yeah, but that would be kind of what you'd be able to deduce, and that would be after extensive prodding. You'd be able to get that stuff out.
Okay, great. The only other thing I would probably do for Rin is just he's going to be doing his very best to kind of get a little bit more analytical. So he will go to each one and he'll maybe ask, inspect, and kind of do what you would consider more of like the Darwinian scientific approach. So he's definitely trying to look close at them, analyze them, maybe make reliefs and put sketches of them. So like he might ask like a show your teeth little thing, so he can get that in there. So that's a little bit more what you would call, since he has Fierce's blessing. So that's when he might start to get a little bit more into the maybe needs to check or something. I don't know, but he's going to be like checking, looking, and going. He's going in the 5-foot bubble of personal space.
Sure, there might be a tiger who is okay with that, but for the most part, they are not a super social butterfly kind of people. Other tabaxis might be, but the tigers are very, like, don't invade the bubble kind of a people, so you would kind of get a lot of resistance with that. The only bubble invasion really is going to probably come from Urgra. because they are curing people. Like that's the only time where they would consent to the bubble invasion.
Right.
Shut up, Kyle. I'm human. I make mistakes too.
That went through my nose a little bit.
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
Something,
All right.
I don't know if you know this, but one last thing that you would have picked up is you would have heard that the lions are poly. They take.
We didn't know that. We know about the harems.
Okay.
Oh, that's what you meant. Polygamous. Okay.
Yep, they're polygamous. Yep. So, okay, you already knew that. Perfect. Okay.
For the males, which
Yes. Yes.
That's very common with what you would call a lion's pride. You know?
that is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent, thank you. I really appreciate all the information that you've given, to everything. This is probably carrying on throughout the night, so everyone else can do whatever they want. As Rin is kind of
Sure.
weaving, bobbing,
being a little busy bee, just buzzing around.
Yeah, buzzing around with a book. It's floating beside me. I close it when I cover it. When we get into the rain, it's like, I'm not gonna get wet. So
okay. Kurtz, do you do any mingling, or do you just hang out with your minion?
Your minion.
I mean,
after I leave the tent, I would like to go find Kurtz. That would probably be the first place I would go if I can find him. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, me and Greg are just chilling on this rampart, hanging out, shooting the shit.
You're training. You're training him and stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm teaching him how to be the William Wallace of his people.
In the pouring rain.
In the pouring rain, yeah.
That's how you do it.
Kurt, something that you would have picked up on being a soldier and seeing the things you've done and knowing how things normally operate. There's chain of command and all that stuff. Something that would have stood out to you, as even if you were just casually building rapport with your little guy, there doesn't seem to be any chain of command under Fierce. There's no hierarchy. He has people that he uses for special jobs, which you guys kind of met, but the rest of them there is no middle management. It seems like he has all of the authority. There's no sergeants or any of that stuff between they're all bottoms. Well, that came out wrong. That came out wrong. But you know what I'm saying?
It's not wrong.
So yeah, that's something that you would have noticed.
Kurtz, it's fucking raining. What are you doing out here?
I'm hanging out with Greg. Come on, climb the ladder. I'll move over so you.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Can we just go where it's dry?
Greg likes it.
Okay, that's fair. He does see. Okay, as I climb up the ladder, Grog's having a good time.
Oh, he's loving it. Yeah, this is his first day of freedom, and it just happens to be getting him moist. It is the best day of his life.
Look, I made him a little hat and a vest.
Oh, that's it's really okay. That's really cute. Where are you shagging up for the evening? It's really coming down out here.
I figured we'd set up a little tent or something, to be honest. We're done here. I mean, for the most part, aren't we? How'd it go? Fire.
Kind of feel like taking a nap would be great.
Hat. How'd it go with Foghat, the captain of the Kitty Cat clan?
Really not well. It was going kind of good, and then
clan.
Fire took a turn for the south. It turns out they're all just a bunch of pussies, to be quite honest with you, if there's any other way to say it.
Yeah, and I'll sort of put our arm around Finley and bring him, being like, Finley, I've been.
Oh yeah, you're soaking wet. Okay, yep, here we go. Yep.
It's been something that I've been thinking about lately. We were trying to do all this good in this world, right? And we only have one week to do it. And I'll put a little fucking cape over Finley so he stops.
Okay, there. Yep. Still really wet, but okay, go on.
You would have been wet anyway. You're half magic. You'll get over it.
All right, fair enough. Go on, continue.
And listen, so we've been looking at boats and the prices of horses, and we've been traveling a lot and making these connections. And it's just the four of us, and every week there's only so much we can do. What if we try to stay and help out Grug and the fact that we only had a week to do it's not enough, and the Tabaxi aren't going to help us with this, are they?
Well, that's what I mean. In terms of them actually helping anytime sooner than later, we might as well just handle this ourselves. And yeah,
exactly. But what I'm thinking is, I may have had something resembling an army once,
right?
And I don't see any reason why we couldn't have another one, because all the bad shit that's going to happen with the horsemen, at least until we kill them, is still going to happen. There's still going to be civil war and shit going bad, and the situation is still going to be there that I first capitalized on.
Mm-hmm.
And I know where all the people are recruited and all the situations and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is, how much good do you think we could do if we had our own army?
Right, a frog army. That's what I'm saying, man. And
Well,
just
not
okay, go ahead, finish your thought.
I like where you're going with that.
Yep.
Frog army. Grug, write it down, and I'll give him like a
General Grug. You're training
like
Grug. He's a general. Yeah, right. Yep. Go on.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's drawing. Like, yeah, write that down. That's good. All right.
Yep. Good listener.
As good as Urgra's note taking.
It's like a drawing. It's like a relief drawing of a fish, like done perfectly, but it doesn't mean anything to anyone.
But
couldn't continue this conversation in the dry. Okay, nope. You're on a rant.
You see Finley. You see Finley in the dry, and I'll fucking hold the cape so he stops getting wet. Like,
okay. Well, okay. Yep.
This looks conspicuous
as
now.
Kurtz is just getting poured on and doesn't care. It's just rain.
I'm saying this in secret because
maybe do this,
some people wouldn't want the four of us to be in control of a sizable army.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, a loyal army to mind you.
A loyal army that would
trained by Kurtz to train General Grug. He could be your general. Fucking A.
Let's
all right, sorry, go ahead.
Let's not put. You write that down, Grug.
Yeah. From inside it. Write that down. Okay, now close it back up.
As he's playing with another bubble, just kind of popping
it back. He's got 1 intelligence. I don't know why I'm fucking kidding.
We're going to bump that to a 2 from trading. We're going to bump it to a 2.
We will double his intelligence by tomorrow.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this is that I've brought this up before where it's us in control when the horsemen come and not people that we're doing jobs for. Maybe these people are doing the jobs for us, but the others haven't really been on board with this concept very much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe this is a good bridge to bring us together on this concept.
You're talking about bridging us with Urgra and Rin, or with the Shroud? Oh, okay. Well, all right.
I don't care who's in our army. As long as they're loyal, they can fight, and they don't care about dying to a horseman. They're good for me.
Okay. Well, that scratches the tiger's head, because if their tiger leader is any indication, again, they just seem like a bunch of pussies who are running away. But that's just me. I mean,
okay,
I
no tigers. Grug, no tigers allowed.
Yeah, write that down, Grug.
In the Warrior's Oath army.
Yep, good.
Okay. But yeah, essentially we need Urgra and Rin on board because I tried the whole Navy because we're gonna need to transport troops, buying boats. Tried to get Rin on board with that. He's like, no, right on board with the boats.
Loved it. Loved the idea. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Island Wizard, we would have paid for that, and he was like, no. So we
could have had a whole tower thing. Yeah, I remember that conversation. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I need your help convincing them that we need to build a private army in order to wage our own personal war against the horsemen instead of relying on everyone else.
I dig it. Yeah. No, boats, elephants, grung, generals. Yeah, all that shit. I'm down, man. I'm just, you try talking to some of these people. I just talked with this fierce guy, and it's like, hey, we saved your lives. You're welcome. And maybe you could help save some frogs.
And as you're saying that bit right there, he's bouncing the bubble, and it's going to pop on you, Finley, so you're just going to start shouting the next little bit.
And if they would just, stop being a bunch of pussies, it would just be
over Finley's mouth. I'm gonna let him keep talking. I'm just gonna be like, yep.
For a full minute. Right. Well, in the end of the day here, again, you know, until we can start building up our allies here, it just seems like it is the four of us. So really trying to get us all on the same wavelength here in terms of thought processes here would probably be for the best. Do you think it's the name? Do you think maybe the name just not convincing enough? Maybe we need a better team name. I mean, I just kind of came up with it on the fly, but you know, we could always maybe that would be a good team building exercise. You know, if we all just tried another name, perhaps maybe that would build bridges. You know,
I think the Warriors Oath it works for me.
Thank you.
If you have doubts about it, then of course bring it up with Rin and Ergra. But
okay, I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Team building.
Grug, write that down.
Exercise, yeah. We'll write it down together. New name, question mark. Okay, you know, just a thought. You know, just maybe it'll help, you know. Really put our focus in on, you know, the four of us being on the same page. That's not really a good team name, the Same Pagers. No, we'll think of something else, but you know,
we'll work on it.
Right. Can we please go inside now? Because I'm developing a sniffle, I think.
Yeah, sure. Fine.
Okay.
And Finley, as you kind of turn to come out of the little covering Kurt's made for you, and you come down the first step, Grug is kind of at the top of the ladder, so you kind of come eye level with him, and he's going to be like right there, super cute, just looking straight at you, and he's going to look at you, and he's going to go, Grung.
Holy shit, Kurt, did you hear that?
I did. I've been trying to get him to talk in common, and it seems to have been working.
That was very good, Grug. All right, can this next word be Finley? That'd be. Oh, well, you know, it should be Kurt's. No, I shouldn't be selfish.
No, I'll point at him. I'll point Grung, and then I'll point at Finley. Finley. Grung. Finley.
Grung. Grung.
Gosh, shit. All right, okay. Nope, that's okay. One word at a time. You did real good, Grug. Okay. I'd give him a treat. I don't know. That seems a little demeaning.
Literally eats anything.
Okay.
Anything that's meat.
I do not have any meat.
It's okay. I have more. I'll throw him another. I'll give him some of my giant animal that we didn't identify.
A waterlogged.
Sure.
It's zebra.
Yeah. Of course it is. Why wouldn't
it's
it
like
be?
that cartoon zebra that is like steak.
They prefer eating striped creatures. It makes sense. Yeah, zebras would be prime targets in the jungle.
Only
the
striped
swamps.
creatures.
Yeah, the swamp zebras.
Aesthetically
You know.
pleasing.
Those swamp zebras. Zebras. All right.
Swamp zebras down.
So again, Kurt, in the end of the day here, you know, when it comes to our fun grown friends here, we're kind of on our own with that, because by the time they get around to doing it, more will be enslaved, more will be killed, more will be tortured.
Well, Finley, as you freeze and I can't see you anymore, I'd have to say that unfortunately, I think there we go. Now you're back. Unfortunately,
I told you it's fucking cold out here, but go on.
the four of us wouldn't, no, the five of us, and I'll point at Grung, wouldn't really be enough if there's a whole people held in these caves. I can only imagine that there's.
Rin had a pretty good plan, actually. Maybe tomorrow we should talk about it, because I really don't know where he is, but maybe tomorrow morning we could talk about it. It wasn't a bad plan, to be quite honest with you. If anyone could pull it off, the Warrior's Oath could, or name pending. You know, we'll work on it. We'll set up a tent.
All right.
Figure out what we're doing next.
All right, so you guys can regroup, whatever shelter you guys want to throw together. You guys...
Oh, I know what my shelter is.
What?
It's Tiny Hut.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, nice.
10-foot radius, mobile dome of force springs into existence around you. It's stationary for the duration, which is 8 hours. Perfect. For a long rest, which you guys will be able to go ahead and long rest your characters.
Yes.
And I do, because I brought a 2-person tent with me, and I will be setting up the 2-person tent.
There's only one of you.
I know. Only me. Sorry, you have to get your own tent.
He likes the space.
He bought an entire 2-person tent for himself.
Amazing.
I did.
So
and I do set it up.
Did you
well, my unseen servant sets it up.
That's so Rin.
So you did the tiny hut for everyone else, and you set up your own 2-person tent for yourself. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He's
Oh, the
setting up-
tent is in the tiny hut.
Yeah,
Tiny hut's
taking up
just a
most of
bubble.
the radius,
You
actually.
set up a 2-person tent inside your tiny hut.
Yes, I did.
Yep. Yep.
It probably takes up at least half of the hut.
Yeah, about half of it, maybe. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the rest has got room for you guys.
Around the outside, so you guys are like smushed between the tent and the hut.
Yeah.
I
Amazing.
move to a side. I don't take up the middle. I'll go to a side.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I'm gonna go pitch my tent outside of the bubble, somewhere else.
Oh, you don't want to go in? We just talked about team building, Kurtz. Let's go inside the bubble. Is there not enough room in there? How big is the bubble?
Oh, the bubble's big. It's a 10-foot
It's a-
radius, which means it's a 20-foot diameter.
Oh, it's a lot bigger than I thought it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah,
Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah. We're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
Yeah, and my 2-person tent technically is like only like
A quarter of it.
yeah, it's
At least 10 by 5 feet, if nothing
yeah 10 by 5. Yeah, but
Yeah.
so
No, I thought.
All
I
right,
thought-
let's set this puppy up and pitch
Yeah.
tents and things.
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
everyone
when
has
I
to go
walk in-
inside the tent, which is fine. I mean, I'm just saying, I just went inside my tent, I built it up, and I just went inside it.
So
Where's the set, Ren?
Kurtz,
Where are you
as-
making it?
as you are getting ready to try to go to bed for the night, Grug is going to want to cuddle up to you, which obviously
Amazing.
is going to have poison effects. But there is
Amazing.
extra remedy stuff, so eventually Urgra is going to come back. There is some of the remedy stuff. You might be able to use that.
Can I just tell him to do his thing where he showed me where he doesn't have the poison on his skin anymore?
Yeah.
I'll just tell him to do that.
Okay.
Or you
Hey.
snore very loudly all night long.
Before bed, do that, or very bad things come out of mouth while sleeping.
Grug.
Drug.
I think you got it.
Oh, guys, I taught him his first word.
Oh, I thought he just told you his name. That's how we got it.
Baby steps, Urgra. Okay, it's a word, it's a name. It's kind of a 2-for-1 when you think about it. Word and a name. Good for you, Grug.
Yeah, he got 2 words.
Okay, you guys notice Urgra's blindfold is off.
Oh, you took it off.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, and this rain?
Yeah,
Yeah,
rain getting to you there.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's true.
I could barely walk.
Well,
Rin's tent is
as you are coming to the tiny hut, Urgra, Locke has been with you for now several hours.
Mm.
And he'll kind of be walking you towards the hut. And, well, is that it for the night? I think everybody was taken care of.
Oh, that's right. I did go to Locke to double check to see if he was smart enough to be able to handle poisons. Did I feel like he was a smarty?
Yes, he's very competent, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I would have handed off all 6 of those vials to him,
Okay.
so that him and the fierce and all the tabaxi could start to not only analyze it, maybe perhaps get a resistance or an immunity to the poison, so that eventually, if they ever went up to the bullywog / free the grung, they'd have a more fighting chance. So I take those away from my inventory.
Okay. All right, yeah, he will gladly take those.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who knew where all the sick people were, so if we treated everyone...
You did a fantastic job with all of that, and I was very, very impressed by you. You are a breathtaking person.
Okay, I mean, those things aren't very fast, so, I mean, shooting them's not very hard.
But the way you did it was pristine. I don't think you missed a single time. It was incredible. Kyle.
Uh-huh. Okay. Thanks. Walks away.
Okay.
Wow.
And with that bombshell, we will end the session right
That'll
there.
work. Yep, that'll work. Oh,
Amazing.
my.
GG, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. All right. So this is the time where we answer questions in the chat. We don't have a lot of people with us tonight, unfortunately. But for those of you who stuck around, we really appreciate it. If anybody is a subscriber and they want to jump in and ask us any questions in the Discord, link is in the panel below. You guys can jump in there, jump into the voice channel, and we can drag you into a different chat. But I don't know if anybody's going to be in there. But if we see one, we'll all jump over there and there so you can ask your question. But if you guys had fun with us and you are new to the channel, make sure you follow. It really helps us out. We're almost at 1,600 followers. We're trying to grow, and it's been a lot of fun going on this journey with you guys. Click the bell if you want to get notified. If you missed any of this and you want to catch up on the episode, check out our YouTube channel. Again, panel for the link. This summer, we are going to be trying to put together some kind of con for ourselves. So if we can get some details hammered out, we will let you guys know. Where it's probably going to be a 24-hour stream. Don't know what all the details are going to be. Let's see, AJ, do you want to go ahead and let them know when we have other stuff on the channel?
Yes. So,
fight your yawn off as the night is gone late.
On Sundays, we have Ages Past, where I am the DM with Connor, Kyle, Cody, Scott, and Kayla. And we are at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as, of course, we have HotA Seasons 1 and 2, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, respectively. Tomorrow, I think, is another one of your one-shots before next week is the beginning?
Nope, tomorrow is the premiere of Season 2.
Tomorrow is the premiere! All right.
Yay,
Premiere.
sweet. Everyone come out for that.
Yep, Season 2 starts tomorrow. And
That's
then
exciting.
Nice.
we're also going to be having Total Tabletop World Building on Saturday mornings. It's going to be at 10 o'clock. Don't know when it's going to start. Right now we are going through the orientation process for all the applicants, and then we're going to do interviews and then pick the team. What it's going to look like, in case anybody wants details on it. We're looking for 6 core devs. They're going to be the faces that meet with me for each of the stream sessions. And then we're looking for 6 side devs. So these core and side people will all be paired up in groups of 2. And so they'll be meeting throughout the weeks to work together, and then the core dev will bring what both of them have developed. So we're looking at having a team of 12 people. Hopefully, we'll see how many we actually land up on, but that's the intent as of right now. So we'll be meeting every Sunday, 10 o'clock, probably 3 hours or so, Pacific. And we're going to start developing a world that is going to come to the channel in the future. I'm guessing it's going to take at least a year, so it is a long ways out, but it should be a lot of fun. So if you guys like world building, you guys are going to want to check that out. More information to come. Has anybody got anything, any parting words? Have we seen any questions in the chat that I missed?
Oh, that was fun.
Seen any
Bandit
yet?
Clan for life.
I really should have called the Fierce a pussy as I left. I thought about it afterwards. So.
Oh, God, you would have just screwed me over. My
It's
entire
weird.
attempt to learn about the Tabaxi culture
I saved it for talking to Kurtz. I
It's
definitely want to
weird
drop that in there.
not being the train wreck that like causes people not to like us. Like it's weird watching it happen from the outside now.
Oh, you're talking about me. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Got it.
No, just as a player too. It's just like, oh shit. Sometimes I'm like, oh god, I need to stop doing this, and I'm like, wait, I didn't.
Never
do this.
mind.
That was
It wasn't
last
me.
session.
It wasn't me this time.
It's not my fault.
Amazing. All right, so this is where we're going to leave off. You guys get a long rest. We will start. It's going to be year 7, day 4. When we kick off episode 52, and you guys will be waking up right as the Tony Hut probably goes down. Unless Rin recasts it because he only sleeps for 4 hours. So we'll see. But it's been a lot of fun. We will see you guys next time.
Good night.
Hey, guys.
Everybody.
Bye.